8 days, 14 regions, one legendary caravan. We're touring Ghana in the most spectacular way on the Heritage Caravan, exploring the beauty, history, and stories that make our nation unique. Rolling out from Greater Accra through Eastern and OT, up north to the Northern and Upper East, and all the way to the Western region, hitting iconic destinations across Ghana. The Heritage Caravan 2026 will be fun, educative, refreshing, and most of all, remarkable. Stay connected. Follow Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM across all social media platforms for updates and join the conversation using the hashtag Heritage Caravan 2026. The Heritage Caravan 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from Citi FM, and it's proudly sponsored by Hollard Insurance, Piva Beverages, Omni Basic Bank, Caveman Watches, Gino, and Didi Shito, and it's supported by Nanes Rice. Heritage Caravan 2026, experience Ghana like never before.
This is the story of Anthony Owusu-Ansah and his delivery business, Shark Express. What started as one man's dream is now a thriving same-day delivery business that serves hundreds of families. Through financing, mentorship, business networks, and market access, APSA is helping businesses like Shark Express grow, create jobs, build futures, and deliver joy across Ghana. Behind Anthony's success isn't only hard work, it's having the right partner like APSA. From funding to guidance, APSA stands with entrepreneurs who dare to dream.
We see your story and we invite you to write it with us. Your story matters. APSA.
Citi 97.3. Accra. Citi 97.3. More variety.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
There can be no other 97.3. No need to change. Keep it tuned to Citi. You're number one. Don't look no further. We've got it all covered. Citi FM.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning to life.
Good morning.
Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective.
Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbor.
Citi FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
Citi FM 97.3.
Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
I know a God whose mercy full and kind, faithful and gracious. I'm the apple of his eyes, the thought that fills his heart every morning, noon, and night. He loved me when I didn't care and was patient till I came, brought him back into his arms. Look how he turned my life around, made me a shining star, his glory to reveal.
Citi 97.3.
I will worship him set my feet upon a rock. I'm standing in his righteousness. Oh, he took away my sin and shame, gave me a brand new name, his beloved and the redeemed. Look how he's turned my life around, make me a shining light, his glory to reveal. I will worship you forever. Woo! This God is too good. I will worship him forever. Because I know this God is too good. Oh, taste and see that he's good. He's so sweeter than the honey in a honeycomb love. This God is so good. I will worship you, Jesus. This God.
The city's biggest conversation.
Jesus, you're too good, oh. Jesus, your love is too much, oh. Your amazing grace, Jesus. Your love is so deep, love is so deep, oh. I don't deserve it, but I'm grateful always. I don't deserve it, no, but you love me anyway. So I worship you forever, love you forever. This God is too good, oh. Look what you've done for me. See how you set me free, how you washed me in your precious blood, Jesus. Ekono kevu fio, nana magmaliko. Ekono kevu. I don't understand it, but I'm grateful.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
City 97.3. Accra.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Now they worship Brian, you wake up. Now they worship Brian, you wake up. This is my story. You are my song.
Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Can you look at Jesus and tell him? This is my story.
From my spirit to my soul, until my voice re-echoes. You are worthy of my worship. You are worthy of my praise. 6:34 on the Citi Breakfast Show. Is the second day of February 2026. Starting off with Business Sense, brought to you by Stanbic Corporate and Investment Banking. We have a lot to do on the show today. We have 3 hours, 30 minutes. We're going to make the most of it. Business Sense this morning, the rules of management. Richard Templar, plan for the worst but hope for the best. Yeah, I think it's as simple as it sounds. We hope for the best but we plan for the worst. So hope and planning can coexist. You may not implement this plan. Sometimes luck and divine intervention can intervene, but most times you have to put thoughts to paper. Contingency, emergency, panic routes, procedures for crisis management, replacement screws sorted, alternative sources of income laid down. You have to have a plan for your life, for your family, for your company, for your community, obviously for your country. And our plan this morning is to make radio very meaningful, using the best tools we have: questions, analysis, interviews. Starting off the newspaper review from now till 7, business news at the top of the hour, the sports and all the first nice bits from tech and social media trends at 8. Alright, so coming into the newspaper review segment, your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy amazing benefits like lower interest rates, higher loan amounts, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. It's time to switch and smile wider with Fidelity Bank. To learn more, call 0800 003 355 or go to fidelitybank.com.gh. Connect with us on our social media at Fidelity Bank GH. This is my part. No, this part they be. He's just delivering things.
This sometimes sounds like the
this guy. He just
sounds like
he has this song he does. I can never turn back. No. There's a part he just they do. He just goes.
Anyway, let's enjoy him. There's only one headline.
Of course. Before that, the newspaper review is also brought to us by Total Energies. We have reduced our lubricant prices significantly. The Quartz 9000 SAE 5W20 is down from 118 to 107.50. Your 5-liter Quartz 9000 Future 0W20 also down to 134 from 148 cedis. And the 4-liter Rubia Fleet HD 400 15W40. These are botanical names. It's now 72.50 pesos, 72 cities, 50 pesos, down from 80 cities. You won't get these prices anywhere. So choose Total Energies, choose quality. It's an interactive show. Our WhatsApp number 053-998-6996. My name is Bernard Afle. I'm here with Godfred Akotobuafo. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to all Ghanaians.
And happy new month too.
Caleb, welcome again.
Thank you so much, Bernard. Good morning.
Yeah, so we have a very exciting week ahead of us.
Oh, certainly. And I'm excited because, Bernard, I want to just say before we get into I know the AMA normally gets a lot of flack from me, but I also want to throw my full support behind their decongestion exercise this week. We must make this city livable for everybody. The era of saying that, let traders alone benefit in the city, hawkers alone benefit. The city is for everybody.
So when are they starting?
It should be today. It should be today.
So we are throwing our full weight.
Yes. Decongest everywhere you are, even if it is your 3 districts. Decongest it. Decongest it.
They announced it last week. So they give people the
grace period.
He should not back down. I've seen they've drawn some red lines. The red lines, and they should make it even narrower. Decongest.
So you are supporting the mayor and the AMA team,
Bernard,
on their intentions to make Accra livable again.
I have seen some municipalities also start an operation to remove containers. On my way here, I drove through Kokompe. I see they are clearing containers. I saw some people fighting Ebi Bright, or is it Vicky Bright? Ebi Bright. Tema. Hey, remove them!
They should,
remove everybody.
Remove them.
The city is not for containers. It's for us too.
Thank you.
We want to be able to walk. We want to be able to ride our bikes. We want to be able to breathe. Breathe.
Even the lawlessness must end.
It is not everyday survival, Bernard. We too, we must survive.
Yeah. So this one is a big endorsement coming from the Dansoman man. Anyway, it's an army clear.
It's an army
with your 2x4 gun. You've lived in Dansoman for 40 years. You can't speak proper gun. Shame on you.
Finish you.
But anyway, Dansoman is not a typical.
We are very cosmopolitan.
Well, it depends on the part of Dansoman. If you live in old Dansoman, you should be speaking.
This is my gun. This is my radio gun. I have the ghetto.
Easy.
All right. The papers are full of the weekend.
It's just one massive headline for me, Bernard. Baumia set sights on 2028. It's the big story on the front page of the Daily Graphic this morning. President undertakes state visit to Zambia. Ibrahim Mahama gets a doctorate from UMass.
So Chronicle, it's Baumia again. Its possible spirit reigns, and police refuse 120,000 Ghana Citi Volta cocaine bribe. Okay, 2 weeks ago they refused $20,000. This week they are refusing 120,000 cedis. Nice.
The people who attempt to bribe them must be arrested.
Very important.
Front page of the Daily just this morning, Baumia, the big story, but also the NDC has a big headline. Confusion rocks NDC over decisions to bar Mahama appointees from party positions.
Okay. And the Informer, big push for the likes of First Sky. This is President Mahama. 5 for Roberts nabbed, and of course it is finished. Baumia leads NPP again, calls for unity, cooperation as delegates defy prophecy.
Front page of the Daily Guide, Baumia smiling on the front page, but also, I missed my prophecy, going for counseling. Bernard Nelson Ishen is on the front page of the paper.
The Ghanaian publisher has the very charming photo of Dr. Baumia. He picks, NPP picks Baumia for 2028, and that's the headline here. Minority leader hails Baumia's victory, calls for unity, and NPP applauds, NDC applauds NPP's well-organized election.
Front page of the Inquisitor, there's a prophet Uche who says he got it right with the prophecy there. Then they also say this man didn't vote on Saturday, and there's a photo of former President Nana Akufo-Addo.
Inquisitor. Today newspaper, NPP elects Baumia as flag bearer for 2028, and the Controller and Accountant General withholds salaries of 2,563 government workers. Why? Today has details.
The Herald's front page has that story as well, but they have a very different angle on the NPP race. Apenyomakin, others in danger after Baumia's victory. And there's a long list here.
People will start marking. No, it's about constituencies and how they voted. Apenyomakin, they gave 90-something% to Kennedy. It's constituency people. Baumia got 75.
No, but Brian has built a hotel in the Volta region. Volta region show him love.
Stay focused.
The news center this morning.
I'll give you the numbers.
DOG under scrutiny over 22.24 tons gold reserve sale, and Ghana's roads of sorrow kill 8 people daily in accidents. Baumia survives the storm, and Brian's rise threatens Ken's presidential bid.
Finally, from me, Bernard, the front page of the BNFT, the smiling finance minister, government signs $12 million AFDB grant agreement, banks to fund 60% of government capex in 2026. Treasury yield dip nudges banks back towards lending. Rate of credit up in fourth quarter.
Okay, so the new publisher, Baumia's big win proves NPP's trust in his vision. This is minority leader and tension brews in NDC. What God told me about NPP elections failed. This is Prophet El Bernard apologizing.
Take you online for a few quick headlines to supplement what you've already brought. CitiNewsroom.com is leading. Fuel prices to rise as Citi weakens, crude prices climb. Also, microfinance operators back BOG reforms but seek more time. Government suspends citizenship application for historical diasporans. In other headlines, the two arrested for drug trafficking. Police reject 182,000 CD bribe. That's a big one. Yeah. And then police offer 50,000 CD bounty for Nkasem robbery gang leader. Meanwhile, CTAC strike 41 million CD set for payment of book and research allowance arrears. This is Haruna Idrisu. And then infrastructure. Airport infrastructure levy to fund new Wa airport. This is the president disclosing this before he left to the Middle East. If you come to Channel 1 News, the police arrest 2 over 648 parcels of suspected narcotics. That's on the front page there. Baumia says MPP will prevail. This is on his victory speech. In other headlines, I need accountability, not encouragement. Prophet El Bernard to members on failed MPP prophecy. Meanwhile, Methodist presiding bishop says, don't take the name of God in vain. In fact, on prophecies, Bishop Ajinasari says he's cautioning prophecies motivated by personal ambition. Yeah, those are some of the headlines on the Channel 1 News and GNA. Meanwhile, if you go to my John Online, running mate slot not a reward for second place. Miracles Abuaji. I think he was answering a question. Other stories, Ghana leads call for $100 billion annual adaptation finance. Atufosen speaking on one of the platforms. There's a headline I know you would like in the High Street Journal. Saglemi, the cost of not deciding. Saglemi, the cost of not deciding. Meanwhile, TDC's national expansion anchored by profitability and not a spice it operating ethos. An interesting analysis there on that website. Then, of course, globally, it's a big bombshell around the Epstein files. UK's Mandelson has resigned over some of the details in that very gory document. Also, Norway's Prime Minister agrees Crown Princess had poor judgment over Epstein links. So everybody has been Charlie Bill Gates. Yes, let's do the
let me tell you about
summary of Saturday with the papers.
Quickly, Bernard. So I'll take you to the front page of the Daily Graphic. They have a very nice summary by Samuel Dodu. At a frenzied mini rally with a crowd of party faithful cheering deep into the night, former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Baumia last Saturday urged the new patriotic party to shift focus from the blistering battle for the party's flag bearership to the prime objective of recapturing political power at the 2028 polls. The rallying call, the highlights of a 15-minute victory speech at the party's headquarters in Accra, acknowledged the competitive process as an enduring party tradition that should not divide the 5 candidates or their supporters. Dr. Baumia secured a decisive victory, polling 110,643 votes, representing 56% of the total votes cast to lead the NPP into a major election once again. Former Member of Parliament Fasin Central Kennedy Ohine Japan came a distant second with 46,554 votes, representing 23%, while MP Fabetifi and former Minister of Food and Agriculture Dr. Brian Echampon finished third with 36,303 votes. MP for Bosomtri and former Minister of Education Dr. Yalse Educhum and former General Secretary of the party Kwabene Japan polled 1,999 votes, representing 1%, and 402 votes representing 0.21% respectively. Over 190,000 delegates cast their ballots at 333 polling centers across all 276 constituencies.
Right. Baumia's big win proves NPP's trust in his vision. This is the minority leader, Alexander Panyo, marking, and he says, quote, his election represents a clear mandate from NPP delegates across all 276 constituencies, both at home and in the diaspora, to lead the party into the 2028 general elections. On behalf of the 87 members of parliament who constitute the minority in Ghana's 9th parliament, I commend Dr. Baumia for a campaign marked by vision, intellectual rigor, and resolute commitment to Ghana's progress. The Minority Caucus, together with former MPP MPs who have served with distinction in Ghana's democratic institutions, pledge its full support to Dr. Bawumia.
Another related story, Katie Hammond is speaking on Channel 1 News. He says uniting MPP ahead of 2028 will be difficult. He says, this is the former MP for Adansia Sokwa, has said the neck of the MPP faces a difficult challenge in uniting the party ahead of the 2028 general election. According to him, bringing the party support base together after the 2024 defeat will be an uphill task. Despite the challenges, Katie Hammond expressed confidence that the MPP will regain power 2028. He maintains the NDC has not received any significant yet. Continues to benefit from the internal division within the MPP. I'm not sure what the construction is saying. Or like the NDC has not received opposition yet. The former legislator also attributed the party's poor performance in the 2024 election to vote our party among its key members. Now let's deal with prophecy issues quickly on this election. I think the most high profile one is El Bernard,
who's apologizing on the front page of the Daily Guide.
Well, we can use that, and then I'll give you two related stories where the presiding bishop of the Methodist Church is cautioning against using the name of the Lord in vain.
Right. So page 2 of the new publisher, what God told me about MPP elections failed. Prophet El Bernard apologizes. So an Accra-based Christian leader, Prophet El Bernard Nelson Ishan, General Overseer of Spirit Life Revival Ministries, has put out a public apology for having delivered a prophetic message from God which did not materialize. That the messenger of God prior to the new Patriotic Party flag bearer elections had put out a prophetic message and made it clear that he had a message from God to tell Ghanaians that one of the contenders, Kennedy Japan, would emerge as winner. Prophet El Bernard insisted the message from God regarding the victory of Kennedy Japan was unconditional, non-negotiable, and not appealable. A definite message bound to happen to the glory of God. Now, it turned out after the said flag bearer raised that former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
So basically, speaking to Vice President in a church service, he said he's subjecting himself to accountability processes outlined in his book School of Prophecy, and had issued 2 formal statements in response to the unfulfilled prophecy. Now, let me give you a related story. Presiding Bishop of the Methodist Church, Ghana, Professor Kwabena Asamoah-Gyedu, has cautioned against what he describes as a growing culture of deceptive prophecies or deceptive prophetic practices, rather, in contemporary Christianity, following public controversy over failed prophecies linked to the election. In a Facebook post on Saturday, Professor Asamoah-Gyedu stressed that prophecy in Christian theology is not about performance or public acclaim, but divine communication. And basically cited a recent case in the US involving some Sean Boats. And then Professor Asamoah-Gyedu also issued a warning to clergy, particularly within his own denomination, against what he termed prophetic vainglory. And then Bishop Charles Ajinasari is also cautioning pastors about this issue. He cautions against prophecies motivated by personal ambition. Anytime prophecy leads to fear, hopelessness, or dependency on the prophet, something has gone wrong. The Archbishop said during a joint service held at the headquarters of the Press Church at Jowulu. So he that has an ear, let him hear what the leaders are saying.
Let me give you another angle to all this on the on page 3 of the Herald, and the Herald says there are some endangered species in Parliament. The election of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the NPP's presidential flag bearer has triggered intense speculation within the opposition party over the future of some of its MPs. Party insiders suggested the tenure of the minority leader Alexander Kwame Nafenyo, along with that of some MPs perceived to have opposed Dr. Bawumia's candidacy, could face political repercussions. So the story then goes on to list Stephen Amwa, MP for Nshaeso, Abnose Asare, MP for Tiwa West, Kweku Kwati, MP for Boise West, Charles Forson, MP for Tema Central, and Lawrence Ajinsem, MP for Hemai Lower Dentra. It says Miss Osei in particular had previously been linked to the camp of former Trade Minister Alan Chamati, who visited the NPP's presidential race earlier. Let me take you to the NDC quickly, Bernard, because there's a big story there that has been brewing over the weekend, and it's on page 3. Details say that the ruling.
This is Daily Gist.
Yes, the Daily Gist on page 3. The ruling.
The governing.
Sorry. The governing National Democratic Congress has been thrown into fresh internal uncertainty following a controversial directive by its National Executive Committee barring serving government appointees from contesting party executive positions unless they resign at least 6 months before filing nominations. The decision, announced on January 29, has sparked debate across party ranks, with critics warning that the move could deepen divisions within the governing party at a crucial pivotal moment in this reorganization towards the 2028 general election. And we'll perhaps go.
So some agree that they should not stand in terms of people who are serving in government stand for party positions. Some disagree. Now, Caleb, let's come back to you.
Bernard, so the Controller and Accountant General has withheld salaries of 2,500 plus government workers. This is why. So we are told that in a statement issued on Friday, January 30, 2026, and signed by Head of Public Relations Cephas Nyoso, the department confirmed that while the majority of staff on the national payroll had received their salaries, the payment for the affected individuals had been withheld. This action was taken based on a formal recommendation from the Auditor General. The head count conducted across MMDAs in 2025 was designed to verify and clean the government payroll. So employees who did not take part in the verification exercise have now had their salaries suspended.
Volta region, 2 arrested for drug trafficking. Police reject 182,000 cedi bribe. This is the second straight week the police are rejecting bribes. I'm hoping this continues. The IGP has been saying this, and it looks like his men are taking a cue. So the Volta North Regional Police Command has arrested 2 people for allegedly trafficking substances suspected to be narcotic drugs in the Volta region. They are Etonam Vumaji, a driver, and Emmanuel Komlaga. They were arrested on Friday, January 30, during an intelligence-led operation. The 2 were intercepted while transporting the suspected narcotic substances from Gudenu towards Togo in a Toyota minibus. Registration number was given. And then we're told that a search conducted on the vehicle led to the retrieval of 18 sacks. Each sack contained 36 yellow oval parcels, bringing the total to 648 parcels of substances suspected to be narcotic drugs. Now, the statement said preliminary investigation revealed that a third party, identified only as Joseph, contacted the police team by phone and attempted to offer a bribe of 150,000 cedis to compromise the operation. The suspect themselves also allegedly offered an upfront bribe of 32,000 cedis. All offers were rejected by the officers. The suspects are currently in police custody, assisting with investigations and expected to be arraigned. I'm loving this. Last week, police, somebody wanted to give them money. I think this is great. These officers should be promoted immediately.
Let me tell you about fuel, Bernard, because we all need fuel. On page 16 of the Daily Graphic, some good news. Goil extends diesel discounts across 200 outlets. Maintains 9 Ghana cedis 99 for petrol at today's pricing window. Story says that Goil has announced a further targeted pricing intervention, matching the NP-approved floor price of 9.99 per litre for petrol and extending discounted diesel price across 200 selected Goil outlets nationwide. This means that although fuel prices are expected to go up marginally at the pricing window starting from today, Goil has decided to exercise bravery to maintain the prices at the floor to the benefit of consumers.
Godfred, 3,955 Babayara Stadium seats shattered in Milo games. This is football fans and support and sports officials in Ghana's Ashanti region have been left reeling after 3,955 seats were damaged at the iconic Babayara Sports Stadium during recent regional inter-schools football competitions and technical and vocational education training TVET sporting events. A development described as one of the worst episodes in the vandalism in recent memory at the nation's largest football venue. I saw the videos; they were very bad.
There's a nice write-up on Saglemi in the High Street Journal. The cost of not deciding. It says Saglemi shows how indecision drains value, erodes trust, and deepens the housing crisis, leaving Ghana with 3 clear choices and no excuse for further delay. You know, this is such a sad story. A massive estate. I think it's bigger than the Adenta housing. Snit housing flats.
It is.
And this housing project has for almost 4 or 5 years just stalled. Actually, more than 8 years, because it was finished by the NDC 1, almost finished. MPP tried to finish it. I don't know what they've done. According to the analysis, leaving Saglemi untouched is often framed as caution. In reality, it's the most expensive choice available. Each year of inaction allows buildings to deteriorate, security and maintenance costs to accumulate, and the value of assets to decline. More quietly, confidence erodes. When citizens see a major public investment frozen for years, they begin to doubt whether the state can complete what it starts, especially when governments change. Meanwhile, the housing problem Saglemi was meant to address has worsened. Rents continue to rise, young professionals are priced out of Citi, public workers are pushed further away from the workplace. Doing nothing has not preserved options. It has narrowed them. And it says, first, complete and occupy. That's the first option. Second, sell or concession. And third, transfer for public use. I think the president should give the minister for housing like a deadline to do something
about this.
Because, you know, you cannot have this large... I mean, it's
So, Bernard, let me wrap up for you with, then you give us some international headlines. Central region, Bernard, road crashes killed 295 in 2025. We've touched on this, but there's a further breakdown, courtesy of Linda Futiana, who's the Central Regional Manager of the National Road Safety Authority. And a total of 295 persons lost their lives in road crashes in the Central region in 2025. The figure represents an increase of 91 deaths over the 204 recorded in 2024. Pedestrian knockdowns also rose significantly by 25%, increasing from 242 to 303 in 2025. So you can get to the daily graphic and go to page 22.
I like the News Center's editorial this morning. Traffic crisis. Why Accra needs rail and water transport now. The numbers are troubling. The numbers tell a troubling story. On a typical weekday, an estimated 270,000 to 300,000 vehicles trips enter or exit Accra Central Business District. And each day, over 2.5 million people commute into the city for work, education, healthcare, trade and services. So it's calling for rail and water transport. More details here.
Becomes the first African to get a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award.
That's overdue, long overdue.
Yeah, and then the president says the WA airport will be built and the money will come from the airport levy. So keep an eye on that. That was a newspaper review. Coming up next is the City Business News.
Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Oh, jump on now. Go, go me. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, you go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Yo, Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Hey, Andrea. Challenge these days, new level crowd. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life.
Hey.
I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank.
Oh, okay.
And that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle. And the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better, Pa. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I need your side, Fidelity.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Nashi Kasisa is joining us with the City Business News. Good morning, Na.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, EcoBank and Valex Lease. I'm Nashi Kasisa. Coming up, fuel prices to edge higher beginning today as first pricing window for February opens. Also, Treasury bills market records gains as policy rate cut pushes T-bills yields lower. Also coming up, local rubber processors push for a ban on export of raw rubber. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. Fuel prices could edge higher from today as the first pricing window for February opens, potentially ending January's run of pump price declines. The expected adjustments are driven by cedi depreciation and rise in international petroleum product prices. There's more in the following report by Daniel Sakiti.
If implemented, the adjustments will mark the first fuel price hike this year, following consistent reductions recorded across pump prices last month. projections from the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies indicates that petrol could rise by about 2.10%, diesel by 5.10%, and LPG by 1.09%, largely on the back of higher global petroleum products prices and a weaker cedi. Within the current pricing window, petrol has already increased by 2.12%, diesel by 6.73%, and LPG by 3.66%, reflecting the upward movement in crude oil prices alongside a depreciation of the cedi from 10 cedis 90 pesos to 10 cedis 98 pesos to the US dollar, reflecting a decline of about 0.77%. At the pump, petrol is projected to sell at approximately 11 cedis 48 pesos per litre, while diesel, expected to record the steepest adjustment, could rise to around 12 cedis 77 pesos per litre. LPG is also forecast to increase to about 13 cedis 50 pesos per kilogram. However, COMAC notes that intense competition among OMCs and prevailing market dynamics could see some marketers absorb part of the increases and maintain current pump prices.
That was Citi Business News' Daniel Sakiti with that report. Meanwhile, some oil marketing companies have started adjusting fuel prices as the first February pricing window gathers momentum. State-owned GOIL is among the first to act, matching the National Petroleum Authority's petrol floor of 9 cedis 99 pesos per litre at 200 selected stations nationwide. Diesel prices have gone up, with discounted diesel now selling at 11 cedis 90 pesos per litre, while regular diesel has increased to 12 cedis 55 pesos. However, regular petrol is going for 10 cedis 99 pesos per litre and Super XP 95 at 13 cedis 97 pesos per litre remain unchanged. Industry players expect more OMCs to review pump prices in the coming days. Moving on, the money market maintained its positive momentum, recording heightened investor demand following the Bank of Ghana's 250 basis point cut in the policy rate to 15.50%. The stronger appetite for government securities drove a further decline in Treasury bill yields, while total bids exceeded the government's 6.99 billion Ghana cedi target by 5.30 billion Ghana cedis. Here's more.
Data from the Bank of Ghana shows that total bids across the short-term T-bill tenors reached 17.1 billion Ghana cedis, of which 12.31 billion Ghana cedis was accepted. For the second consecutive week, the 364-day bill attracted the strongest demand, with 6.54 billion Ghana cedis tendered and 5.97 billion Ghana cedis accepted. The 91-day bill saw 2.79 billion Ghana cedis accepted out of a tender of 5.91 billion Ghana cedis. In parallel, the 182-day bill attracted 4.65 billion Ghana cedis in bids, of which 3.55 billion was taken up. On a week-on-week basis, the 91-day bill yield declined by 37 basis points to 10.82% from 11.19%. The 182-day bill fell by 28 basis points to 12.38% from 12.66%, while the 364-day bill eased by 24 basis points to 12.82%. The sharp decline in yields can be attributed to the recent policy rate cut, which has repositioned Treasury bill yields to remain relatively competitive. In addition, improved system liquidity stemming from the central bank's easing stance has lifted money supply relative to demand and placed downward pressure on yields across the curve. For this week's auction, the Treasury's issuance target stands at 4.98 billion Ghana cedis, which is likely to be fully absorbed given the prevailing market momentum.
That was Natalie Netiajaho with that report. Moving on, local rubber processors have petitioned the government to urgently regulate the export of raw rubber, warning that the practice is crippling domestic processing companies and threatening jobs across the value chain. Daniel Ojo-Mensah has more in this report.
A microfinance company whose minimum paid-up capital right now by regulation.
According to the petitioners, Ghana's rubber industry was developed to support value addition and industrial growth, but the increasing export of unprocessed rubber is undermining that objective. They say foreign buyers, backed by stronger purchasing power, are driving up prices locally, making it difficult for domestic processors to compete. The group notes that local factories depend heavily on steady supplies of raw rubber from outgrower farmers and plantations, and disruptions in supply could lead to job losses, reduced tax revenue, and the collapse of investments made under government industrialization programs. In an interview with Citi Business News, the Secretary for the Rubber Processors Association of Ghana, Peria Champon, called on government to introduce policy measures that prioritize local processing, including restrictions or a temporary ban on the export of raw rubber, as well as incentives to encourage value addition within the country.
The data is clear that we have more in-store processing capacity than the raw material available. And so there's no point in allowing the export of raw rubber. Government has stated in the budget for 2026 that it's going to restrict. The president has always said about we need to move into a value addition. So we feel that clearly the authorities need to take the steps to stop the export of raw rubber and allow us to process everything in Ghana before exporting raw. Rather, one thing is that somebody might say people are exporting raw rubber. Maybe it's about pricing, but when you look at the data, ECG sets the minimum price, and all the local processors in Ghana pay above the minimum purchase price to the farmer that ECG sets. In terms of pricing, there's nothing like to say, oh, the farmers are being cheated. And the farmer could be cheated when he buys below the TCDA price. And that's because because the TCDA price, the minimum price, is through an airline.
Perry Champon is the General Secretary of the Rubber Processors Association of Ghana, and in that report filed by Daniel Oduo-Mensah. Now, the Ghana Association of Savings and Loans Companies, GASLOC, has called on the Bank of Ghana to reconsider the timelines for implementing its sweeping microfinance sector reforms, warning that the deadlines may be too tight for operators to realistically meet. The appeal follows the central bank's recent rollout of a far-reaching framework that significantly raises minimum capital requirements, restructures the industry to clearer categories, and gives institutions until December 31, 2026 to fully comply. Here is the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Association of Savings and Loans Companies, Chinebo Akoduabuachi, stressing that the implementation timelines must be reviewed.
A microfinance company whose minimum paid-out capital right now by regulation is 2 million is supposed to, within the next 11 months, even less, raise a minimum capital of 50 million. And this one, nobody should tell you that it's far more realistic. And therefore, we support the regulator, but there are other things within the guidelines that when we met to look at the guidelines issued, we think that there are more things we need to discuss. It is not the only thing, but we want to meet with the regulator on the other things, including the possibility of employing or deploying a phased approach to today's reforms.
You had there the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Association of Savings and Loans Companies, Chinebo Akoduabuachi, speaking there. Now, on the interbank market today, the dollar is trading at 10 cedis 95 pesos, while the British pound is going for 15 cedis 11 pesos, and the euro is going for 13 cedis 8 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Valex Lease. I'm Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
Hey, do they want to sack you dry? Why shall I way? Engagement things and kwenye. Hey, sure. They even added washing machine, fridge, flat screen TV, 65 inches and so. How do they expect you to buy all these and still take care of your family? Oh, Kwame.
Mama. And how hukra? With Access Bank's Pick Now Pay Later, we can get everything now in minutes and pay at 0% interest over the next 6 months. Eye koko kra.
Hey, sir.
Access Bank says faster is here. With a now digitized Speak Now, Pay Later, life's big moments are within reach. Just click, pick, approved in minutes. For more information, call our 24-hour contact center on 0800 00 4400. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Caleb Kuda here. Earlier you heard Nashika Caesar, who brought you the breakfast edition of the City Business News, sponsored by Access Bank. Access Bank is rewarding customers. They have introduced the Rewards by Access. It's a loyalty program designed to add value to your everyday banking experience. Whether you're shopping, traveling, or handling business expenses, every transaction you make with your Access card brings you closer to exclusive benefits, premium privileges, and personalized rewards, all tailored to suit your lifestyle. Points earned through your card transactions can be redeemed seamlessly at any of our merchant partners nationwide, making your spending even go further. So whether you're a frequent flyer like Gabby of a regular shopper like Abeku, or you're managing daily family and personal business needs, Rewards by Access ensures you get more from every spend. So use your Access card today and enjoy a rewarding banking experience only with Access Bank. LoyaltyRewards.Ghana.AccessBankPLC.com is where to visit. 0800 004400 is a toll-free number. Call for more details. Access Bank, more than banking. So Gabby Ofe, Isaac Gabriel Ofe, Starboy Gabby is in the studio with Kickoff, and that's brought to you by Lesheho and Shell. As we step into this brand new year, Lesheho Ghana says thank you for your you are cherished customers for trusting, supporting, and doing business with us throughout 2025. Your loyalty means everything to us. In this new year, we look forward to working with you even more, supporting your financial growth and improving your life with innovative financial solutions. From all of us at Lesheho Ghana, we wish you a prosperous, fulfilling, and successful new year. Lesheho Ghana, let's improve lives. Filling after filling is what's happening at Shell. Drivers all over Ghana, including Emmanuel, Collins, and Bright in Akoa, Kumasi, Takrady, they've already won free fuel by just trying the new and improved Shell fuels, and you could be the next in our upcoming weekly draw. From now until 28 February 2026, buy 300 Ghana cedis or more worth of the new and improved Shell fuels. Stand a chance to win big. 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, or even 1 year free fuel up for grabs. It's what a feeling. Don't miss it. Visit the nearest Shell service station, fill up for an opportunity to become one of our weekly winners. It's a promo that's regulated by the NLA on its Caritas lottery platform. T's and C's apply. New and improved Shell fuels, better by far. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's kickoff time with Gabi Ofe.
Gallagher, Solanke, he's in the right place at the right time again.
This is the City Breakfast Show. This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
A torrid opening 45 minutes, but they'll end to the last 20 believing that they can win.
All right, welcome to Kickoff on 97.3. I'm Gabi Ofe. We'll be getting into the Premier League update, but before that, Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Western Union, Polytang Ghana, Shell V Power, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. We'll get into the Premier League updates pretty soon, but let's start off with the 2026 WAFCON because there was an update last night regarding this year's Women's African Cup of Nations, and the reports indicate that the tournament, which was scheduled to be hosted by Morocco in March 2026, will no longer take place in the North African country. Now, according to the Moroccan officials, the decision is linked to the fallout from the 2025 AFCON, and as a result, South Africa has been lined up as the new host for the competition. However, it is important to note that the Confederation of African Football is yet to officially confirm the change. Meanwhile, South Africa's Deputy Minister for Sports, Prince Mabe, has stated that the country will indeed replace Morocco as host of the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations. She made this known in an interview with SABC Sports just 60 days before the start of the tournament.
An opportunity that presented itself because we feel we have the necessary infrastructure and the support, of course, of hosting the WAFCON. When Morocco said we're not able to host South Africa, we said yes, we are available. We're going to take it. Look, it cannot be debatable because we've just recently hosted a successful G20 where heads of states of different countries were here. So it tells you that in terms of hospitality, we are as well ready. We have the necessary infrastructure as well when it comes to stadiums. We've hosted the World Cup, the Soccer World Cup before, so we are ready. We can host it. Given the fact that it is in 60 days as well, we are not very much worried. We just have to put systems in place. From tomorrow, we will begin.
All right, so that's South Africa's Deputy Minister for Sports, Prince Peace Mabe, speaking there. Now, there was a counter statement to what the Deputy Minister for South Africa said. They released a statement, and except for the statement read that at this stage, no formal decision has been taken to relocate the tournament, and Morocco remains the official designated host of the 2026 WAFCON. CAF has not triggered any alternative hosting process. So we'll be following and bring you more updates regarding who would host the WAFCON in March. Let's get to the Ghana Premier League, and Hearts of Lions handed Kumasi Asante Kotoko a huge blow in their chase for the title following a 3-1 victory over at the Kwando Sports Stadium. Kotoko trailed leaders Mediama by 8 points after Friday's loss to Nations FC, and they could not take advantage of the slip-up. Head coach Abdul Karim Zito says the defeat is simply part of the game.
This is football for you. I wasn't expecting this score because seriously we prepared well for this game. And most especially the set pieces they scored with the 2 goals. Well, we've been practicing how to defend and how to attack on set pieces. So maybe today is one of those days in football. I wasn't, as I said from the beginning, I wasn't expecting this result, and this football for you.
All right, so that's Kumasi Asante Kotoko's head coach Abdul Karim Zito speaking there. Well, at the Legon Stadium, Accra Heart of Oak were also held to a goalless draw by Bichim United. Pius Asak was at the Legon Stadium and filed his report.
It's all over here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, where Hearts of Oak failed to make home advantage count, settling for a goalless draw against Bichim United. The away side adopted a defensive approach and relied largely on counter-attacks, but none of them seriously tested Hearts of Oak inside the 18-yard box. Meanwhile, the Phobians enjoyed a greater share of possession with limited penetration into the final third. The result leaves Hearts of Oak third on the league table, while Bichim United sits on the 12th position. Speaking after the game, Hearts of Oak head coach Didi Ramani explained his decision to start Solomon Agbesi ahead of Benjamin Asare in goal.
It's just to deload and then to also give Solomon the minutes. If we were in the FA Cup, then Solomon would have been playing in the FA Cup games. But there's the need for you to deload Benjamin after 3-4 games, and you deload him.
Up next for Hearts of Oak is a massive super clash against Asante Kotoko, who come into the fixture on the back of a disappointing 3-1 defeat to Heart of Lions. Veteran sports journalist Dr. Frank Owusu-Ansah says fans should expect something interesting on Sunday.
And that game usually comes with its own intrinsic motivation. Players don't need any external motivation to give their all. So I'm expecting that they will go into that game gun blazing. Honestly, I would have loved it if the two teams have registered some good results ahead of that game.
Regardless of the outcome, the Super Clash is set to offer excitement and drama at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. But ultimately, both sides will need to count on the quality of their players.
All right, so that's Pius Asako with that report from the Legon Stadium after Heart of Folk played out a goalless draw with Bichim United on Sunday. Well, Samatex extended their recent unbeaten record following their draw with Mediana FC. Kelvin Opon struck deep into stoppage time to hand Bibiani Gold Stars a dramatic 1-0 victory over Swedro All Blacks at the Dance Park. Well, away from the result in the Ghana Premier League now, today is exactly 1 year since the tragic death of devoted supporter Francis Yao Frimpong. Kotoko put out a statement early this morning marking 1 year since the tragic death of the devoted supporter that Francis Yao Frimpong, also known as Nana Pole, who lost his life during violent scenes at Insuatria last year. In a solemn tribute, the club described the incident as a senseless act of hooliganism that cut short the life of a passionate fan whose only crime was his love for the beautiful game. Except of that statement, right? 1 year on, the pain of his absence is still felt every day, adding that while his life was taken too soon, the memories, joy and love he brought to the stands can never be erased. Well, let's get to the Premier League. Now I start over. Benjamin Sesko scored a stoppage time win as Manchester United made it 3 wins in a row, and Michael Carrick. United beat Fulham 3-2 at Old Trafford. Here's Carrick speaking after the game.
The last goal was a big moment, and the celebrations were big. You know, I think
wild.
That's what the game does to us, and that's why we're in it and we love it. And I think the disappointment to then the elation, and seeing everyone in that moment, the subs running down the touchline and jumping on Ben, the staff, the supporters, special. You know, and they're the ones that we want more of. We're not getting too far ahead of it. I think. It's the old answer of really game by game, and I think we can be better than we played today. I think there's a lot more to come from us.
All right, so that's United interim boss Michael Carrick speaking. That the City ground Ismail Assad first half penalty enabled Crystal Palace to claim a hard-fought draw at 10-man Nottingham Forest. The result moves the Eagles up to 14th, while Forest are 3 points further back in 17th, sits clear of the relegation zone. Well, Dominic Solanke's stunning scorpion kick saw Tottenham recover from a dismal first half showing to rescue a draw against Manchester City, whose inability to defend 2-goal lead saw the title race tilt further in Arsenal's favour. But Ghana's Antoine Semenyo was on the score sheet for Manchester City. Yes, Pep Guardiola, City's manager.
No, the game plan is try to play with the ball and try to score goals and not concede. That is the game plan, and after the players make the difference.
Okay, what changed second half?
But before in the back, they put more direct balls. We won, they found the goal, and after that, the momentum that always happen in the Premier League happened. But yeah, some transitions, the control that we didn't have it. But it was not a big issue, just the momentum to score goals.
All right, so that's Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola speaking. The Chelsea were 3-2 winners over West Ham United at Stamford Bridge. Liverpool also beat Newcastle United by 4-1. Arsenal, they beat Leeds United by 4-0 at the Bramall Lane. Points gap between Arsenal and City now stands at 6 after City dropped points yesterday. Here's Mikel Arteta after the game.
It's very impressive, but we talk about that noise, but it was a great noise as well. The fact that we were the first team in the Champions League to win in a row. That's a lot of noise, but very positive one. But we want to talk always more about the other noise. The other noise is part of that. The expectation is to win every game. We compete against incredible opponents, and we know that's the case. But that has to fuel your energy and desire to win more than anything else, I think.
So that's Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta speaking there. Later tonight at 8 p.m, Sunderland will take on Burnley at the Stadium of Light in the English Premier League. In Spain, Kylian Mbappe scored a stoppage time penalty to seal Madrid's win against 9-man Rayo Vallecano. after Jude Bellingham was forced off with injury. Barcelona also beat Elche by 3-2. In tennis, Carlos Alcaraz won a pulsating Australian Open final to become the youngest man to complete a career Grand Slam, ending Novak Djokovic's latest attempt to land the 25th major title. In the process, the 22-year-old immediately collapsed on the court in celebration after clinching a 2-6, 6-2, 6-3, 7-5 victory in Melbourne. For the women's singles, Elena Rybakina inflicted further Grand Slam final heartbreak on world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka to win her first Australian Open title. So big one for these two tennis players. That's the very latest in the world of sport. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at City Sports JHA. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Western Union, Polytangana, Shell V, Power, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. I'm Gab, your friend. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care and bye-bye.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
If you need unique services, come to Let's Go. Innovative financial solutions, to Let's Go. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's go, we improve your life.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama.
Even when you're stuck with nothing,
come to Let's Go.
No matter your situation,
come to Let's Go.
Let's go, we improve your life.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, hey mama.
Let's go, we improve your life.
Only Basic Bank is we're all. We've got what you need for your business and family. Whatever you need, you can count and call on us. Only Basic Bank. Only Basic Bank. We are not just another bank. Whatever you need, you can count and call on us. Only Basic Bank. Only Basic Bank. Not just another bank.
When the world gathers for greatness, one name leads the way: Litina Travels. Litina Travels is taking Team Ghana to the biggest global football event on the planet, happening in America, Canada, and Mexico. Join the Litina 2-in-1 experience, uniting world-class football and global business in one unforgettable journey. Your Litina Travels package includes visa to watch all 3 group stage matches, 3 official match tickets, return charter flight, top-class hotel accommodation, travel insurance, and exclusive access to business networking events across all 3 host nations. This is not just a trip, it's history in motion. It's football, it's opportunity, it's Litina Travels. The world is watching, the stakes have never been higher, and Litina Travels is your ticket to the global stage. Call 0244-260-789 today or visit Litina at Alisa Hotel Northridge and secure your spot on this once-in-a-lifetime journey. Litina Travels, your gateway to the 2026 Global Football Competition, happening in the USA, Canada, and Mexico, where football meets opportunity and Ghana shines on the world stage.
Today, we hit the streets to ask Ghanaians, what would you do with free fuel for 1 year?
Oh, road trips with the girls every weekend.
That's extra savings to help fix my car.
Charlie, 1 whole year, I'll finally be able to visit my mom without worrying about the distance.
This season, it's feeling after filling from Shell with new and improved fuels so you can do the things you love. Buy 300 Ghana cedis or more worth of new and improved Shell fuels and stand a chance to win free fuel for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even 1 year. It's time to try the new and improved Shell fuels with additives that deliver efficiency, cleaning, protection, and performance. Don't miss out. Fill up with new and improved Shell fuels and get rewarded. Promo runs till the 28th of February 2026. T's and C's apply.
New and improved Shell fuels. Simply better by far.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
It's the season of the Global Football Fiesta and all Ghana is lined up to celebrate. The exciting part, you could experience live action alongside other winners in the GCB Pack to Pack promo. Save, win, go!
Yes, simply deposit and maintain 300 Ghana cedis or more in your GCB savings and current account and earn points. Save more, accumulate more points.
Increase your chance to win Mega Gantuan prizes every month. TV sets,
cookers,
freezers,
washing machines, and lots more. Plus the ultimate
all expenses paid trip to experience global football. Yankee, here we come with GCB Part to Part promo. Save, win, go. Get in the game 1st December 2025 to April 2026.
T's and C's apply. This promo is under the NLA Caritas Lottery platform.
GCB, your bank for life.
Whether you're buying water from your favorite spots in Osu, shopping online for the latest styles, or booking your next getaway to Dubai, MasterCard gives you the freedom to pay your way. Insert, tap, swipe, click. So many options, yet so easy. With layers of security protecting every payment, your money stays safe. From Trotro to travel, MasterCard connects you to the life you've earned and the one you dream of. Ask your bank for a MasterCard today. MasterCard. Safe, convenient, priceless.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is not just talk. This is scrutiny. Policies dissected, promises questioned, solutions demanded. Urban challenges, national priorities, real questions that move Ghana forward. Trusted by the public, respected by decision makers. The Citi Breakfast Show, Ghana's biggest morning show, because development starts with truth. The Citi Breakfast Show on 97.3 Citi FM.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The City
Day. Your dad loves you so much. Happy birthday to Christabel Fafa Otsedzin. Am I pronouncing this right? Otsedzin. May your special day be filled with love, joy, and blessing beyond measure. This is from Nana Esiedu Kwache to Christabel Fafa Otsedzin. This name. Or is it Ochedzin? Ochedzin. I'm sure that's what it means. A happy birthday shout out to the only additive plunge, a Suman. May God's blessings overflow in your life today and always. Have an amazing birthday. From all of us, your husband Albert, your children Astel Irajua and Albert Tumi Jr. to additive plunge, a Suman. Happy birthday to you. And a belated birthday to my director Richard Kodaya, country manager for Every Child Ministries International. May this new year bring him joy and fulfillment from Godson in Ajen Kotoku. To Richard Kudaya. Good morning and happy birthday to former MP for Kankwe North, Honorable Alaji Fuseni Issa. Hey, Fuseni. You know, Fuseni was the agent for Bawumia in the EC's Collation Center. Former MP for this constituency, that is Tesano. And he was my senior in secondary school as well. Yeah, Fuseni.
I think it's a neighbor constituency across.
Yes, sorry.
Yes,
sorry. Okankwe North. Okankwe North. Forgive me. So Fuseni's birthday is today. He says a birthday with Umaru Sanda Amadu. Our colleague Sanda Amadu. Soon to be lawyer Sanda Amadu. So happy birthday to you, Umaru, and to you, Issa Fuseni. Or that dear Papa. Happy birthday to Henry Sasu Bediako. Have a wonderful birthday from your friends and family. So many requests coming through this morning.
I've watched Fusini get grey.
Charlie, in Ghana you grey. He's not that old. He's a young guy.
I know he's not something. I watched him get grey. When I started meeting Fuseni, on the big issue, it was a very, I watched him on
Ghana will wear you out.
And my man has gone grey.
Happy birthday to my boss lady, Madame Charlotte Osei, to whom I wish lots of love, health, happiness, strength, and blessing. This is from Julian of Unique Cellular Starling Shop. Some heavyweights are born today. Charlotte Osei, I think she's the former EC chair. And then you have Umar Sanda also sharing a birthday with that of Issa Fuseni. Another one coming through this morning to Aseye, my grandson. Happy 6th birthday to Aseye, coming in from Grandma Ruth. To Aseye, you are 6 years old today. Your grandmother Ruth Ajololo is wishing you a fantastic celebration and the best of God's blessings.
Let me do this one. Happy birthday to Abna Kobelabi Afo. Your humility, patience, love, selflessness, and the joy of the Lord, you make the children and I comfortable being with you. Happy birthday to you, my lad. This is from my classmate Emmanuel Afo, children Tiffany, Stephanie, and Georgette, all of Ramsia Presby. That's one.
Happy birthday to Fatima Ibrahim Amfo and Charity Kote of Ahmadiyya Muslim Hospital, Aguna Swedu. May you continue to be a blessing to our clients. May God richly bless you from staff and management of Ahmadiyya Muslim Hospital, Aguna Swedu. Happy birthday to Reverend Daniel Ejari Otri, the head pastor of Life Gate Assemblies of God, Tebibiano. The Lord's face continue to shine upon you. Right. From Mr. and Mrs. Senyo of the Hagsay Group.
Amazing.
To Reverend Daniel Ejari Otri of Life Gate Assemblies of God, Tebibiano.
And Bernard, one of our ardent listeners, Eddie K. Queen or MBE, he turns 74 today. He's the chairman of the McCarthy Hill Residents Association. Happy birthday, sir. Thank you for all you do.
Yes, indeed. An example of a citizen, not a spectator, who is actively involved in the issues that affect people in McCarthy Hill area. And I want to encourage people to be like him. Be concerned. They've been raising cement issues, road issues. McCarthy Hill has many issues. We encourage people to be like him. Be concerned about what happens around your neighborhood. So there's only one big story today. So now that the new Patriotic Party has selected their flag bearer, even before choosing other national leaders, what next? That's the question for the week. What next, right? What next in terms of the party itself? Their election of national officers. What's going to happen? What next in terms of leadership of the party? Dr. Bawumia is now the leader. The way our politics works in Ghana, in opposition, the flag bearer is the leader of the party. I think in government, the chairman becomes the leader, if I'm not mistaken. So now he's the leader of the party. How does he put his leadership imprint on the NPP? How does he unite a party that is perceived to be seriously divided on the basis of even the numbers of votes that came through and the percentages? Those are the questions we'll be averting our minds to. But all your birthday messages were brought to you by MasterCard. It's a great way of showing your love by making payments with MasterCard. You can insert, you can swipe, and you can tap. All of that available with MasterCard. Do something truly priceless. What chapter are you on in your 2026 story? Is this the chapter of new plans, fresh starts, finally saying yes to the things you've been putting off? With Absa, you're supported at every step with tailored banking and finance solutions like loans, credit cards, and digital banking that helps you save, plan, and take control of life's big and small moments. So whatever chapter you're writing this year, let it end in a yes with Absa. Your story matters, Absa. Get a big dream and let Heritage Christian University help you nurture it. Pursue your degree with our Scholar Practitioner faculty guiding you to solve real-world challenges. Programs include business, computing, health, psychology, media, theology. We provide the path to a dream pursued and achieved. Heritage Christian University is a chartered university accredited by GTech. Call 054 777 7731 or 020 229 8399. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders. Get ready to boost your career with CIMA. Whether you are fresh out of university or climbing the corporate ladder, CIMA gives you real-world skills, global recognition, and a powerful network of over 689,000 professionals in 190 countries. And while you learn, unlock leadership and digital finance skills and become a chartered global management accountant. No boring lectures. Enjoy flexible, self-paced online learning and study anytime and anywhere. Call 026 301 1992. If you're tired of the hustle and traffic of Accra, take a quick escape to the cool, peaceful mountains of Ibri at Biposo Wellness Center. Whether it's for business or weekend relaxation, Biposo gives you calm, comfort, and fresh mountain air, the perfect place to start, to rest, and to reset. It's only 30 minutes drive from Accra. Visit once and you never want to leave. Call 0200 557 699 or visit biposoresort.com to book today. Enjoy faster and easier transfers across Africa when you use PAPS with Zenith Bank. Move your money the easy way. Just dial star 966 hash. Use Zenith Bank's internet banking platform or walk into any Zenith Bank branch near you for your cross-border transfers. Call direct 0302 680 884 or 0542 000 111. Zenith Bank, in your best interests. Caleb, help me.
Yes, Bernard. For years, owning a home felt far away, a dream for others, but not for us. At the Locus Estate, LOCUS, we believe every Ghanaian deserves comfort, dignity, and modern living. That's why we are building beautifully designed 3-bedroom townhouses, safe, secure, and community-focused, with a clubhouse, gym, swimming pool, and 24/7 security. And if you want more, from premium family homes to stylish apartments, Locus Estates gives you smart design at prime locations. So call 0200 557704. Visit locusestate.com today. Award-winning Ghana Focus, built for you. Locus Estates, modern living made possible. Now, are you a young entrepreneur, a woman building something remarkable, or running an SME ready to expand across borders? This is your moment. Under the patronage of His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama and the African Continental Free Trade Area Partnership, the Africa Prosperity Network presents the Africa Prosperity Dialogues ADP 2026 under the theme Empowering SMEs, Women and Youth in Africa's Single Market. Innovate, Collaborate, Train. This all-important African meeting takes place at the Accra International Conference Center from 4th to 6th February 2026. 3-day Africa Prosperity Dialogues 2026 will be accompanied by Project Afrique exhibition, and the event will culminate with the Africa Prosperity Champions Awards and Gala Dinner at the Kempinski Hotel on 6th February 2026. Network with leading investors, access real funding, and learn how to trade across Africa's market of 1.5 billion consumers. This isn't just another conference, it's your venue to continental success. Register now, africaprosperitynetwork.com. WhatsApp at 0536098326. Africa Prosperity Dialogues, where business and political leaders meet to drive Africa's single market.
All right, so time check is 7:50. 8 o'clock, we bring you tech and social media trends. Lots of things to chew into over the show today. First thing is to give you some quick highlights of the election and the outcome. Let's hear from the minority leader. He was speaking after the, of course, the voting and after everything else, expressing his views about what lies ahead for the MPP.
our other worthy aspirants who carried the banner of competition with honor and grace. We salute Honorable Kennedy Oine Japan for his passion, his firm belief in accountability, and his unshakable commitment to the ordinary Ghanaian. For me personally, this is a friend, true and trusted, with whom I share a code. I believe that in this life, in all situations, loyalty to friendship is very essential. Man must not forget his friend because there is everything wrong with a friend. My relationship with him remain unsoiled till time shall be no more. But I equally recognize, and he himself recognizes, that our party first. I am therefore happy to inform you as constituents that yesterday he graciously, without any prompting, talked to the flag bearer, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia. It was a short chat and very hearty. He gave his commitment to support Dr. Bawumia to win the 2028 election. I have no doubt on my mind, with such unequivocal commitment he made, which he followed it up to the party headquarters, we would work hand in hand as stakeholders to make Victory 2028 possible.
So this was Alexander Fenyo-Makin, who's the MP for Efutu and also the minority leader, speaking to his constituents. Now the context is obviously after the speeches given at the MPP headquarters, he had to speak to his constituents, because if you look at the voting pattern, particularly in his constituency, they voted massively for Kennedy Japan. Indeed, Kennedy Japan had 644, which is about 85%. Brian Champon had 32, Bawumia had 79. And Dr. Educhum had no votes, Kennedy Japan had 2. So in that particular constituency, you can tell that the executives went fully for Kennedy's, which was why he spoke. Let's hear Dr. Bawumia himself speaking in his victory speech after the EC declared him winner.
I want to stand on this energy to make a passionate appeal to all members of the great MPP to let go of whatever reservations they have and come together. We need every idea, every voice, and every piece of advice to help us preserve and project a proud tradition bequeathed to us by our forebears. Let it not be said anywhere on any day that the party of B.J. Darochi, Peter Alajete, Odoy Sykes, J. Kufuor, Professor Mike Okwe, C.K. Tedham, J.H. Mensah, Aliu Mahama, Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, among other great patriots, could not handle disagreements as natural ways of stating alternative positions. I have the duty to the delegates who stood by me and to the delegates who found worthy ideas in my brothers who contested me. My election today communicates a broad-based appeal across the party, and I need to draw directly on that capital to unite the party as one of the crucial steps to winning power in 2028. I call on all to join in this bounden duty. After all, as the accounts say, prayer se uyi bako ana ebu ukaboma emu. United we stand, and divided we fall. As we embark on this crucial journey to rebuild our brand and reposition our party for electoral glory, let me remind you, dear party members, that whatever we have gone through during the past few months is not new in the politics of Ghana. We have been through this on a number of occasions, And on each of them, we have shown, we have even emerged, we have shown that we have the resilience and fortitude to overcome and even emerge stronger. And herein lies the opportunity. Fellow Crocodites, the data shows that anytime the MPP is solidly behind the chosen flag bearer, the Ghanaian voter returns the favor by voting massively for our usually superior and life-changing policies and programs. We cannot therefore fail ourselves or Ghanaians. On this crucial point, I will undertake targeted engagements to revitalize our party, speaking with all members. This includes visits to some of our respected elders who for various reasons feel aggrieved. Every voice matters. Every opinion is worth considering. And every suggestion is vital to building a formidable strategy. To the youth of our party, the outcome of this contest rightly belongs to you. We will not be at the helm of affairs forever. The future of our party rests on your energy, dedication, and desire to see a vibrant political vehicle. Anytime the youth groups in the party rise, the great elephant soars. To the millions of our supporters and sympathizers nationwide, I know some of you refrained from voting in the last election because you were unhappy with several issues. We have started the process of reform. I assure you, Mahmoud Bawumia as flag bearer will do everything to ensure that the MPP listens more to you, is more mindful of your views, and is more reflective of your desires.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia speaking on Saturday at the MPP head office after he was officially declared winner of their primaries. It's early days yet, and there are many questions. So how does he unite a party that's seen as seriously divided? Not least for the reason that, of course, his numbers for this election were a bit lower than what he got in the 2023 one. He had 61% in 2023. Now he has 56.48. And although his main contender's votes reduced from 38 to 23, the third factor, Brian Champong, got 18%. So those two together, around 42%. What does this really mean? Already there are lots of different things being said. Some papers are analyzing the future in relation to what the victory means for the people who did not support him. As an example, there are some prominent members of parliament who supported Kennedy Japong. Of course, we'll be speaking to a key member of Dr. Bawumia's team this morning on where the mind of the candidate is, or the leader of the party is, what the timetable for MPP is, and all those questions that would naturally arise from a program like this. But overall, in relation to the conduct, we were here, at least I was here, Kakratu was here covering, and our team went around the country. I think it was fairly a well-organized voting, right? We didn't hear of any violence, which is very important because the build-up and the campaigning had been quite caustic. So for me, what was refreshing was I didn't hear of anybody fighting anybody or beating anybody. And I think even the NDC issued a statement congratulating MPP for organizing an event-free primary. And I think it's commendable and it should continue.
Certainly. I think there were concerns that were raised ahead of the polls regarding safety. So I guess it was good to put that on the highlight and get the attention of the actual organizers. So commendations also go to the Electoral Commission and the Ghana Police Service. I'm sure that they also put in their bit to ensure that it was generally fairly a peaceful process, and that there were not any serious hiccups. I mean, there were just very few isolated cases of scuffles here and there over allegations of money, but they weren't significant enough to mar the entire process. So I think congratulations indeed to the MPP as well as the police and the Electoral Commission.
The other point has to do with what you said about the money. The open complaints by delegates demanding their money, and whether we should consider that as vote buying, moneycracy, I'm not even, because there's a whole, like, people feel entitled to receive money, and delegates are given what is supposed to be transportation and food money. And it appears different candidates give different amounts, and people have come to expect it. And whether that's not corruption, I don't even know what to say, because we can't be hypocritical. Most of our political parties do it. They give people money to come and vote.
Yeah, even at national elections.
Yes, so whether this is, I don't know whether we should let the parties, I don't know how to explain it, because it's, and to see people shouting that I won't vote if I don't get my money, I think that's really, really sad, because your vote is really the power you have. So you can complain about the voting to say maybe you don't have transportation to go home, but to now use that as a basis for saying you won't even vote, that tells me that your vote is up for sale. And I don't think that's right.
I think that the conduct of the electorates, as some of the electorates or the delegates, as we saw, was not impressive and could amount to certain violations of the law. Indeed, the Representation of the People Act is clear about things material, whether cash or kind, being given to sort of influence people's votes. That is clearly a violation. But the challenge we've had over the years is that the arbiter or the regulator of the whole election process, which is the EC, looks on while these kind of things happen. Ordinarily, you would expect a statement from the Electoral Commission taking cognizance of what has happened and suggesting, maybe saying that they would investigate this matter.
Was Kodio even there?
I doubt. I don't think.
Was Kodio even there? We'll have to check. Yeah.
So yes, and also election observers coming in, but primarily the Electoral Commission. My expectation was that would have issued a statement to address this and inform the public of the investigations into it and whatever the outcome and whatever the sanctions that will come. That's generally the situation. In our conversations with Paul Adomotre, host of Good Evening Ghana, he made an interesting point about the failure of the social contract and what happened during this internal elections by the NPP is symbolic of what happens at the general elections, which is at the national level. Because of a certain failure to cater for their welfare, then there's that transaction disregarding the law. So the delegates expected the contenders, the aspirants, whether or not they are going to come out and say that they endorsed all the allegations of givens here and there, transportation and what's not. There's the expectation and there's also the given, which is in clear violation of the law. But it raises a bigger question about the party's internal structure to address welfare concerns. And it comes then to the nation at large, the failure of the social contracts, where some people will take our taxes and the leadership roles to govern. But when they fail to do that, what we see is indiscipline and entitlement.
More on this when we come back. It's 8:03 or 8:04 actually. Tech and social media trends next on the Citi Breakfast Show, sponsored by
Telecel and First Bank Ghana. You'll experience banking like never before with our First Mobile or Quick Banking. When you use the short code *894#, your bank is in your hands. Make real-time transactions with First Mobile or Quick Banking *894# and enjoy fast, secure, convenient banking anytime, anywhere. Key services include instant airtime and data purchase, funds transfer to and from Momo Wallet, interbank and intra-bank transfers, plus much more. So download the First mobile app from the Apple App Store, Google Play Store. Simply dial star 894 hash or follow the prompts. Join thousands of customers enjoying seamless banking. For more details, call First Solutions 0596 921 921 for email firstsolutions@firstbankgroup.com. First Bank, you first.
Edwin Kwakufi is joining us to take us through the segment. Welcome, Edwin.
Thank you very much, Bernard, and good morning to everyone. So, obviously, the big news on social media, Dr. Baumia trending very heavily alongside the other people who contested, including Kennedy Ejapon and Brian Achampong. Dr. Baumia has been elected as MPP's flag bearer for the 2028 general elections. He secured 110,643 votes, representing 56.48%.
Yep.
Kennedy Japan came second with 46,554 votes, and Brian Achampong finished third with 36,303. One of the major things people are talking about is how well Dr. Brian Achampong performed, because they thought that it was a straight two-horse race between Dr. Baumia and Kennedy Japan based on how the last MPP primaries turned out, but Dr. Brian Achampong came from nowhere to coming third, a strong third performance for him. People are commending Kennedy Japan for accepting the results and conceding early because there were concerns beforehand that he in particular might not accept a defeat if it turned out that he lost, but he accepted very gracefully, and then he also made a speech at the NPP headquarters, so he's being commended for that. And Nanado also trending for his speech. Dr. Baumia's speech is going around, making the rounds around social media, and basically everything from the NPP primaries gaining a lot of
traction on social media. I'm sure there are some videos also of delegates saying Famisi Kamami.
Yes, I was going to come to that as well. So
Famisi Kamami. I was in my local area election area coordinator.
Yeah. So so we saw videos of scuffles in several places, people or delegates complaining that money that was meant for them for transportation from certain aspirants allegedly was diverted to other people and was not given to them. So they were very upset, complaining, and we saw all those videos on Channel 1 TV. If you didn't, you can go onto our YouTube platforms, Channel 1 TV, or our Twitter, X platforms, or Facebook. You can find all those videos there as well. So the MPP primary is a major thing over the weekend.
Wonderful.
Okay, so indulge me a bit. One thing I wanted to bring you last week, and if we had done tech and social media on Friday, I would have brought it to you, since we've been talking about road crashes and how many people have died from them. There was this particular video that was trending online on Friday and into the weekend from East Legon of an accident which occurred because one person, and he was videoing himself, was speeding along the ARS stretch in East Legon, and if you can hear from the video, the driver being egged on by other people in the car to pass other cars as quickly as they could, and eventually they just ran into a truck or a vehicle. I don't know if it was a bus or another commercial vehicle that was slowing down on the opposite side, so it crashed into it. There were no casualties recorded, but it was a very dangerous crash which affected at least 4 cars from what I saw.
I want to encourage the police MTTD to take speeding seriously, because a lot of people don't respect speed limits. And I think that they should make examples of some of these guys, because we saw what happened at East Legon a couple of years ago when 2 girls were killed by a speeding vehicle. So this person should be tracked down by the police, because this has been videoed. And I think because the DVLA is also trying to bring some more integrity into the vehicle registration, any car number seen, they can find the person. So this thing should not be difficult. They should get the person. It's terrible. Shouldn't be doing that.
Absolutely. So that is a big issue there. So we move on to the Epstein files, which are trending worldwide and affecting a lot of people worldwide as well. So in 2025, late 2025, the US Parliament Congress passed the Epstein Files Transparency Act 2025. Obviously, Jeffrey Epstein, the businessman and financier, he passed away in 2019 after allegations and claims of a lot of things.
Too many
things to talk about.
Too many crimes were committed by one human being.
Exactly.
3.5 million pages of evidence.
Yeah, which have been released after a lot of complaints from people who felt certain people were being protected. But there have been some files released, and one of the major fallouts was Lord Mandelson, who has resigned from the Labour Party after links to Epstein. So the documents released said that Epstein paid him $75,000 in 3 separate transactions in 2003 and 2004, and also to his partner Reinaldo Avilda da Silva in 2009. So a lot of payments being made, a lot of revelations being made. People are still going through the documents because, as you said, so many documents to get through, and US President Donald Trump has been mentioned several times in that document, some of them unsubstantiated claims as well. So we'll get through the documents and see what else we can bring you there. So next trend, just football things. This weekend was very impressive for some teams not so much. United kept up their winning form, 3 wins in a row. Chelsea came from 2-0 down to win 3-2. Liverpool, huge victory over Newcastle. And
Semenyo scored his fourth goal in 5 matches.
4th goal in 5 matches for Manchester City. So
he's doing so well.
He's doing very, very, very well.
When is Kudus coming back? Because I was hoping to see the two. Kudus is still on the bench. It would be nice to see our 2 best players go head to head.
We are hearing late April or late March, early April.
Charlie, you should come back quickly, because I miss Kudus' skills.
And Spurs themselves are missing him.
Yeah, you can tell.
Very,
you can tell But they did well in coming back. 2-0
against
down,
Manchester
2-2,
City, and a fantastic goal from Dominic Solanke, a scorpion kick.
Oh my god! Yeah, so beautiful cross, great finish.
Yeah,
very good game, I should say. One of the games of the season, if you ask me.
Yes,
a tale of 2 halves.
Yes, it was a brilliant game to watch in its entirety. I think this weekend produced a lot of good games as well.
I was also happy Kotoko lost. Because Hearts drew 0-0.
Their fans will be too happy with you.
No,
which kind of negative energy is that?
No. We are 3rd on the league and they are 5th. So it's good. They lost and we won. We drew, so it's fine. We drew 0-0. Kotoko lost.
This is a serious level of hating.
The next match, I should go and face you off there. The next Hearts Kotoko match, I will go and face you there. So let's end with some tech news.
Okay, so in tech news, sorry, let me bring that to you. So Meta and YouTube are going to court over claims that their content or their platforms are designed to be addictive, despite knowing the risks to young people. So that's one good
somebody's
thing.
Taking them
somebody's taking them to court. Actually, initially, TikTok and Snapchat were also included in the suit, but they have settled out of court, so they are out of it. Meta and YouTube, Meta, of course, owners of Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp as well, they don't feel that their platforms are designed to be addictive, so they are willing to challenge it in court. We'll see how that goes. That case goes.
That was second social media trends with Edwin Kwakofi.
For a bank to rely on, let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Wouldn't we seek out to bank if it no lie? Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking, it's in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no need time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. But tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed do I'm like us. Do I'm like us. First Bank, we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see yeah. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first.
First Bank.
Auntie T, abeg, fix me gobetete Ghana. No garri, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, brah, that be dangerous combination, no?
Problem no day. I fit handle am.
For Telecel, we the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want them. That *530#, then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Welcome to your financial tips with Solace Finance. Many small and medium-sized businesses operate daily without proper financial records. Without accurate records, planning for growth, controlling costs, and assessing finance becomes challenging. Solace Finance is here to solve this challenge through the Solace Finance app and merchant portal by allowing business owners to track savings, perform bank and mobile money transfers, make payments, and track business transactions in real time. Clarity builds confidence, and with Solace Finance, confidence drives growth. Download the Solace Finance app today. For more information, call or WhatsApp us on 059-957-7963. Solace Finance. Your money, your power.
Are you planning to relocate from your company, office, or house, whether across cities to another town or halfway around the country? You want a moving company you can depend on to get you there? Let me introduce you to Logistics Movers. We are here to help you every step of the way, from planning the move to unpacking the last box and settling into your office or home. We have the expertise, experience, and market understanding and offer fast, reliable, and professional transportation services in Ghana. Our main thrust is to successfully move your business, household items safely, on time, and hassle-free. You can call us on 0246 833 539 or 0244 342 465. You can also send us an email to info@logisticsmovers.com or check our website www.logisticsmovers.com. Why expose your company or household items to theft or damages when you are relocating if it's avoidable? Logistics Movers, we help you relocate.
Imagine a place where every child's laughter becomes a song.
A place where we can learn from animals, play, and just be happy with mommy and daddy.
A place where hearts grow together.
That place is Safari Eco Park. Here, amusement is the joy that unites us all.
Mommy, I can see the emus all the way up here on the canopy wall.
Careful, dear. There is more fun to be had.
This zebra is my new friend. Her name is Stripey, and the wildebeest is Sandy.
Hi, Stripey and Sandy.
With so much amusement like targets and obstacle games, ant caves, fantasy rides, and a vast range of wildlife.
What is this place?
This is an aviary, home to over 400 of the most vibrant birds in the world. The biggest aviary in West Africa.
Wow, the biggest?
Yes, and guess what? Open your palm.
Daddy, look, they are eating from my palm.
That's amazing.
I want to stay at Safari Eco Park. I don't want to go back to Ghana.
But honey, Safari Eco Park is in Ghana.
What?
How much did all of this cost, honey?
350 Ghana cedis for you and I. 250 for teenagers, 150 for kids, and absolutely free for children under 6.
We should have brought the kids here sooner.
I know.
Safari Eco Park is only 1 hour drive from Accra. It's unforgettable.
I used to stress about where to receive my Abro Tracy car and always used to doubt whether my friend has really sent it.
So I asked a friend of mine and he said his wife used to have similar challenges until she decided to receive money transfers from CBG.
Well, I can relate because now I receive my money from CBG. It's so simple, fast and secure with no delays and no hidden fees. And I must say, life is now feeling good.
Stay connected to your loved ones no matter where they are. With Consolidated Bank Ghana's money transfer services, you can receive money quickly and securely from abroad, whether through MoneyGram, Western Union, PayAngel, TransFast, UnityLink, RIA, EaseRemit, Funes, TapTap Send, and TerraPay. Cash out your way any day with Consolidated Bank Ghana. Welcome to the good life. CBG, we stand with you.
We stand with you.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City 97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City 973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City 973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
All my drinks with my dad, but they lie bad. Now here's some hard bars for my diehards. I'm a lion heart, why should I lie in my art? Gonna rap Moses, now let us see parts. I see queen, I know the see stuff. Tell our girls to never see talk. So just beat it, king of pop. I bring dope, call the dog, let's detox. I know Bob, but it's chat life, let's converse. 2 packs of Machiavelli, I bomb first. I know they talk missiles, drones are funk flex. It's all really simple, I'm complex. So tell all the drums that I'm bar heavy. Bar after bar, get your shots ready. A nice flow, expose foes, I show off. ECG, watch me go off. Check the score. Play to win, yeah, brick for draw. Nah, I'm not playing ball. They closed the gates, I found an open door. Yeah, check the score. If you true, no the rush. Play to win, yeah, brick for draw. Nah. They closed the gates, I found an open door. Oh yeah. A nice flow, it gets scary for Judge Debbie.
821, 97.3 City FM. Your car takes care of you every day. Now it's time for you to do same. Protect your car with a comprehensive motor insurance policy with SG Ghana Sound Drive and get free fuel coupons as a reward. You get exciting branded souvenirs when you buy or renew your third-party policy or renew your Smart Drive policy. A third-party policy with an extra layer of protection and benefits. Promo lasts from now till 31st March 2026. Let's help you take off your car so that every drive feels more secure. Call 0302-214-314. That's 0302 214314. SG Ghana Sound Drive is narrating by Sanlam Alliance General. Societe Generale, the future is you. Receiving money from your loved ones abroad should never be complicated. With CBG Money Transfer Services, you enjoy a fast, secure, and convenient way to access your funds abroad. Visit any CBG branch nationwide to receive transfers from Western Union, Easy Remit, MoneyGram, RIA, UnityLink, PayAngel, Transfers, TapTapSend, Therapy, and Thunes. All you need is your national ID, phone, and transfer reference. Will ensure a smooth, stress-free experience. Call 0302-216-000. Email talk to us at cbg.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply.
So what 2 words can ruin your day any day? Insufficient balance. Yeah, that's for sure. It's quite annoying, but you don't need to stress. With extra balance from Forms Capital, you can get a quick top up straight to your Momo wallet. Your overdraft limits keeps going up, and the best part is that the interest is only charged for the days the funds are used. It's fast, it's easy, and keeps you moving because Forms Capital believes in community impact and financial inclusion. So no wallet is left behind. Whether you're a trader, student, or parent, no matter who you are deserving of financial access anytime, anywhere. Get your extra balance now. Sign up for free on the Momo app. Navigate to financial services, advances, and select extra balance to register, or dial *170#, select 534, and then you activate extra balance. Extra balance, live extra. In today's connected world, technology is not a convenience, it's critical. When devices fail, productivity, business, and communications are affected. So Tech Therapy Limited is a professional technology services company in Ghana that's providing reliable repair and support for smartphones, tablets, laptops, and smart wearable devices. We serve individual professionals, businesses, and institutions. We handle every device with care through proper diagnostics, skilled technicians, and structured processes. No guesswork here. So call us 0505-789-096 or email acc.service@techtherapy.africa. Follow us at Tech Therapy GH on all our social media platforms and visit our website techtherapy.africa. Pass by our office, 24 Garden Road, East Legon. Tech Therapy Limited, your digital wellness partner.
And the Minerals Income Investment Fund is reminding all active and duly licensed quarry operators, salt mining operators, and limestone mining of their statutory obligations, indeed this includes sand winners, all royalties must be paid to the minerals income holding account at the BOG through the Ghana.gov platform. In addition, operators are required to file their royalty returns at the nearest GRA office. Copies of such returns must be submitted to the Finance Department of MIF, either in person or electronically via email at finance@mif.gov.gh. For further information, call 0201-855-660. So, what are the tough leadership decisions Dr. Bawumia has to make as leader of the new Patriotic Party? His victory was an interesting one in analysis, and you can say his main opponent pulled a lower percentage than his main opponent did in the previous one, but he himself also came down from 61 to 56. His main opponent came down from 38 to 23. There was a third factor, and I need to say, I was looking at the map. Central region is the only region Kennedy Japan won. Dr. Bawumia won 14 regions, except the Volta and the Central region. Brian Champa won the Volta region by a very small margin. The other interesting fact is Brian Champa was second in 9 regions. Upper East, Upper West, Northeast, Savannah, Northern, Oti, Eastern region, and Ahafo. He was second in all those regions. Kennedy was second in Western, Western North, Bono, Greater Accra, and Ashanti. And of course, Dr. Bawumia won all the other regions except Central region, which Kennedy Japan won, and Volta region, which Brian Champa won. In terms of the absolute numbers, Dr. Bawumia's votes obviously a lot, but percentage-wise, so there are many permutations people are making. In terms of predictions, I think the main pollster said Dr. Bawumia was going to win by a similar percentage. He predicted 57, so 56.48 is very close. What most people did not see was Brian Champon's performance. I think he gave him 12%, 11 or 12%, and Brian got 18, which is much higher, and it was outside the margin of error. So clearly, Brian's performance has been very surprising to many people. There are many discussions happening around what this means. But let's just finish with the point Kakra raises. If you go to the Herald Online, Caleb, there's a story there where Boachi Chamate Jakun has also decried what he calls cash for votes.
Yeah.
Just give me some highlights.
Okay, so Ejakun decries cash for votes at NPP flag bearer elections. Former Minister for Energy Boachi Chamate Ejakun has condemned the growing influence of money in political leadership contests, calling it a disgraceful practice that must stop. Speaking to the media after casting his ballot in the NPP primaries on Saturday, January 31, 2026, he stated, quote, "In our politics, we've monetized decisions. That's a very unfortunate evolution, not just in the NPP but across the entire political spectrum in this country. 3 candidates are reported to have paid a total of 1,700 Ghana cedis to each delegate nationwide, citing the payment as transportation costs. 2 of the candidates, Kennedy Japan and Dr. Bawumia, paid 500 Ghana cedis each, while Brian Echampong, who finished third, was reported to have paid 700 Ghana cedis per delegate. Now, ahead of the elections, Kennedy Japan was nicknamed Asin Bill Gates, while Dr. Echampong was nicknamed Abetifi Elon Musk, referring to their wealth. Now, Kwabena Japan and Yao Seduchum were reportedly cash-strapped. Now, Brian in particular had reportedly been paying some delegates a monthly stipend since July last year. But shortly after Ejakun expressed his concern, the NPP General Secretary Justin Frimpong Kodia rebuffed allegations of vote buying in the party's primaries, despite some of the delegates admitting they got the cash, while others said they had been shortchanged by 200 Ghana cedis. There were video footage of people fighting with the candidate coordinators who allegedly sat on the money. In one such video, a man believed to be Kennedy Japan's son was heard on a phone call saying he would ask for the money to be released. This was while the election was ongoing. However, Kodia insisted that the party's observations provide no evidence that delegates were paid to influence their voting decisions. Mr. Jakun had stressed that the issue extends beyond politics, noting that financial influence has even infiltrated church elections. I've even heard that in some churches, when they elect elders, money changes hands. That's a shame to all of us. It must stop, he remarked. Ejakun called for checks and reforms to address the issue. Quote, "After today, we will have we will have ample opportunity to examine this phenomenon and put in place methods, checks and balances to curtail this shameful practice. We don't want it as a party and as a nation. It's not healthy. Once money starts changing hands from the bottom, it climbs all the way up and feeds back, he explained. It goes on and on.
Yeah. So the reason we read this is not coming from just analysts. This is a key member of the MPP, a person some people believe may even want to run for a significant position in the party. So I feel like the political parties have not been able to stop it because, I mean, they have, I won't say they have actively encouraged it as national executive or anything, but it does happen and they don't seem to have a clue as to how to stop it. This idea of paying delegates, and it's a dent on our elections, it's a dent on our politics, because if people will go and vote on the basis of who gives them money, I don't think the process for selecting our national leaders should start that way. You know, so it's a big concern. And you were talking about EC.
Yeah. The expectation is that the EC, as the regulator of the political parties and also the electoral processes in Ghana, should intervene and bring some kind of order. The change that we're all expecting to see must come from must begin from the Electoral Commission. Other institutions, for instance, the OSP, must also be interested in this. Before I even get to the OSP, the point you make about the leadership of the party, we cannot absolve them of any responsibility or any blame, because the idea behind this delegate system, where thousands of ordinary members were going to participate in the selection of the leadership or the flag bearer, was supposed to be a democratic process. But the question is the true intentionality behind that. Once again, I feel like politics has failed us. We have the same money, influence, and personality driving the agenda behind what appears very democratic or what appears democratic. So indeed, it is not the democracy that we are seeing where thousands of ordinary delegates, etc., selecting, but the people with the influence, with the money, and with strong personalities at the end of the day making the decision.
Do you believe that expanding the electoral college would change things?
Perhaps diluting further would change things, but here we are with this structure that we can't make sense of it. It's sort of been hijacked once again by the few influential ones. If what we need is the guarantees and the kind of science that will make whatever system that is adopted more reliable and predictable, you know, and the guarantees that there won't be influences from the sides or secret influences as we see now, that for me is what is critical. To the issue of corruption, I'm glad that a key person in the party is raising that he's an insider. And so, like you said, it cannot be merely claims coming from observers or external people, but here's an insider who is raising for me a fantastic concern, because that in itself comes back to issues of corruption. Okay, and the failure of the Electoral Commission to draw attention to this, raise the red flag, call for investigations, pursue a case against people involved in, you know, claims of offering and receiving money, it's also a problem. And the OSP must also come into this. This is because the OSP's mandate is to investigate corruption and corruption-related offenses. So the expectation is that they should also be interested in this. This is despite the last backfiring attempt that the last attempt to look into such a matter was backfired. There was a DC in Ashanti who was on video demanding his money back because he said the people who were supposed to vote did not do their part after collecting his money. Unfortunately, when this went to court, the High Court said that there was no direct evidence. My understanding is that the matter is being appealed. The OSP has filed an appeal, trying to get an appeal of the decision by the High Court. But that in itself is not encouraging, but it should not deter these state agencies from doing so, from pursuing these kind of matters. We've seen videos, delegates have openly said, we even saw scuffles, people fighting over money. And so we expect, law enforcement to kind of, show up, at least issue a statement. Tell us you're going to look into it.
Yeah. No, very, very valid point indeed. We also want to look at what the outcome means in terms of mandate and what the NPP leader needs to do. From a very simplistic point of view, 3 years ago, he had a main opponent who got about 2/5 of the vote, and he got 3/5. Now he's gotten a little lower than that, and you can say 2 of his main contenders' votes together is about 42%. Does that diminish his mandate in any way? Does a first past the post for a primary mean that if you don't win a big majority, it reduces your mandate? I'm not sure. We don't know. It's something we have to discuss. Then the question of how to secure unity. You've given a speech, and the speech was conciliatory. Your opponents have all conceded in a gentlemanly fashion. That may be good for the optics, but what will party members and the Ghanaian public want to see to be sure that the MPP actually is uniting? Because 4 months of campaign is not necessarily going to be wiped away by just speeches, right? You probably want to see. So my question, Godfred, is what type of things would people need to see to conclude that these guys are uniting? Because I think you will agree with me when I say there are 2 main issues Dr. Bawumia has to do. He has to unite MPP, and then he has to convince Ghanaians that MPP is the party they should vote for in 2028. This is how our politics works. So internally, he needs to close ranks, and then externally, he needs to convince the public that we are still a formidable party, the right alternative to NDC. So, and I suspect he will have to do step 1 before step 2, or he will do step 1 in addition to doing step 2. Step 1 of unity, beyond the speech, which was a good speech, and of course everybody conceded. If you look at some of the story, Herald is saying Afenyo marking others in danger. They already listed MPs who may be in trouble. So there seems to be some sort of schism around, hey, the people who didn't support us, we must show them pepper, that type of thing. How does Dr. Bawumia treat a person like Kennedy Japan? What should be his protest with Brian Champon? How should he react to his party, his key supporters saying that these MPs openly opposed you and did not, of course, not even the opposition, the way they campaigned against you?
Yeah.
What type of, so what are some of the things he would be doing? So I'm not even saying advise him. What I'm saying is what kind of actions will lead to interpretations of what? Can he just leave? Can he just say, oh, we are all together, let's not do anything? Or does he have to issue a statement and say, look, even though 89% of Afenyo Markin's constituency voted for Kennedy, I still think he should be minority leader. Does he need to do anything? You get my point? These are the questions people will be asking. Or should he just relax? Well, let me talk to Sami Oku, and then I will come back and see if we can get some answers to these questions. What Dr. Bawumia needs to do to unite MPP. So Sami Oku is a senior advisor to the Bawumia campaign team and a close associate of the MPP flag bearer. Thanks for joining us, Sami. Good morning, and I suspect congratulations are in order, right? Hello, Mr. Oku. Okay, we'll sort that out shortly. Hello, Sami Oku. Good morning. We'll put that through. Godfrey, that's a loaded question. The question is too long.
It's a very difficult question.
The question is too long.
But here's my take on this quickly before Sami comes in. For me, I think the most important thing for Bawumia is to show this is his party now. And he needs to show it from now till the election is here. And he needs to show it in a manner that convinces people that he truly is his own man. For a very long time, he has struggled with the perception that he is not his own man. He's always been somebody who is controlled. In fact, if you look at the last election, he struggled with that particular perception. The fact that, well, you were the puppet of the Akufo-Addo government.
So he needs to own
exactly
the party. Let me talk to his man, and then I'll come back to you for development. Forgive me. Time check is 8:39. Sami Oku is a close associate of Dr. Bawumia and also MP for Equapim North. Mr. Oku, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Thank you, and a very good morning from your fellow constituents. You know, people don't know you also. Your part comes from my constituency.
All right. Yes, of course. My mother's father is from your constituency, so I
yeah.
that.
So that means you yourself, you have to be paying some dues. We've left you for far too long.
No problem. We can discuss that after the show. Congratulations to you, and also
thank you,
because I'm looking at the results and I see the numbers for Equapim North. Dr. Bawumia had 73.3%. That's 556 votes. That's one of the higher percentages in the region. In fact, I think apart from in Sawam Adoejiri, this may be the highest Doc got in the Eastern region, if I'm not mistaken.
Ebuakwa South in Sawam Adoejiri, Suhum and Equapim North.
So those are the top 4.
Yeah, I'll be teaching obviously for the Honorable Brian, but the top 5 in the region. Dr. Brian won his own constituency, which was expected. But next to, in terms of the Bawumia project, the highest came from Ebuakwa South, followed by some home and then Equapim. It was one of the highest.
Ebuakwa South is interesting because the former president did not vote, and he assumed a neutral posture. So for his...
The president doesn't vote in Ebuakwa South when it comes to internal primaries.
No, he didn't vote anywhere at all. We are told he didn't vote at all.
No, like I'm just... So it's in a general election when he votes in a constituency. It comes to general party election. Self-President Kufuor, Council of Elders, and all the votes at the headquarters.
Okay. No, I was using that more to suggest that that's where it's from, but I get your point because the MP is attached here. So, by the way,
the MP is in Siajaman.
Forgive me. Former MP is attached here who also support.
Yes.
Yeah. The reason I'm even doing this opening questioning is what type of influence does an MP have over the delegates in his constituency, so that if 73.5% of Equapim North voted for Bawumia, how much of that will we attribute to the fact that you are a key supporter of Dr. Bawumia?
Well, let me say good morning again to your cherished listeners, and the congratulations that you also did say is in order. If you ask me about the results from my constituents, I think it also has to do with the relationship between the MP and his delegates and his constituents. For many of them, they know Dr. Bawumia, but they will also tell you, because of my MP, I'll vote for him. Or because of my MP, I'll vote for him. Or they also tell you that I like Dr. Bawumia, I love his policies and vision, I'll vote for him. So it's a mixture, it's a cocktail. And that the influence of a member of parliament, especially when we've come out of a very, very difficult 2024 elections, the party delegates at this point in time, they are God, their MC, their DC, their flag bearer, their president is their MP when it comes to the party delegate. And so in a typical conservative party system, the base looks up to the top for direction as well. And so that is why when people were discounting the influence of the members of parliament who had declared for Dr. Bawumia, in excess of 60 members of parliament out of the 88, I was a bit surprised because if you study the conservative and the center-right political parties, the influence of their leaders on their decision-making is quite enormous. And I've had this experience working closely with the Republicans in the U.S., working with the conservatives in the U.K., and also working closely with the CDU of Germany. It's always been their style. And so unless you don't understand this center-right ideology and how they tend to make decisions, you will discount the influence of their members of parliament or their leadership from the top.
Fair enough. So clearly, of course, we've known that you've been a Dr. Bawumia person for long, and that influence. Can we then say the opposite is also true, that if a constituency had a high vote margin for Kennedy Ejapong, the MP played a role? Because, of course, the Herald, for example, has outlined some key names: Charles Forson, Tema Central, Apenyo Makin, Futu, Stephen Amoa, Inshaeso, Abena Osei Asari, Atiwa East, and says they supported Kennedy Ejapong, and the margins he got there also suggest then that clearly they had a role to play in his numbers there, and so therefore they are even in danger, according to that article the paper wrote, that they may be in danger because they didn't support the winner.
Let me drill down before I even come to the fallacy of the argument. If the names that you have called, Abna won her seat, and it's obvious she supported the Honorable Kennedy Japan. Charles Forson did not win Tema Central for Kennedy Japan. Dr. Baumia won in Tema Central. In Shiaso, as also did indicate, Dr. Baumia won in Shiaso constituency, even though the Honorable Dr. Stephen Amwa supported the Honorable Kennedy Japan. And then the Honorable Alexander Senyamak and the minority leader. I didn't see him on record take a position of declaration that he was supporting the Honorable Kennedy Japan or otherwise. But he has never also hidden his friendship, his long-standing relationship and friendship with the Honorable Kennedy Japan. So a position that he adopts without saying that I am for A or B, for assigns and agents or people around him who may also say that, because our MP is close, I'm choosing these words carefully, because our MP is close to the Honorable Kennedy Japan, let's also support him in this bid. But I want to put on record, I do not have any singular, any classical example of an open declaration where the minority leader made his support open for any of the aspirants. You can have your own perception, you can have your own thinking about it, but that one, opinions are like notice. People do have them. But then let me go to the article that you just spoke about. For us around Dr. Bao, for those of us around Dr. Bao, our primary focus is how to help him champion some very serious reforms within the party. He himself did speak briefly about it in his victory speech. And I know one of the things that is yet to start is how to restore the voting status of our external branches delegates. This issue of proxy, he thinks that decision by the Presidential Elections Committee was perverse and was erroneous, and it's something that should not be made to stand going forward. I also do know that he's also worried about how the party can quickly put itself together, reorganize its base, and make sure that we are in a clear mindset to working towards Victory 2028. And also the feel and the look of the NPP brand as it stands today. It's one of the things that in private he's been discussing on how we can make the NPP once again a party of choice, a party that's loved and respected by the middle class as their home, a party that also champions policies that entices the business community and the captains of industry and the employers in general, and also how the party responds to the changing trends on the ground, making sure that those also below the ladder, at the bottom of the ladder, let me say, also see the NPP as a party that responds to their needs in terms of our pro-poor policies. So yes, there's a lot to be done. And he's also very much firm on the issue of discipline. He thinks that a party that is not disciplined cannot win an election. He's determined that he's going to reach out to each and every one that he believes has a role to play. And people who feel bitter and sidelined by our policies and programs as a party within the system and outside the party. So on his own, he's been doing much before the elections. And he was fortified in his belief that this election he was going to win. That I can tell you for a fact.
Fair enough. Did the 56.48 come as a surprise, and is it disappointing that he got a lower percentage than he did in 2023, when indeed the trend for your party has been that when somebody tries for a second time, he does much better with delegates?
I think that, in all fairness, the campaign internally, we projected a win between 55 and 57% internally. And looking at all the polls that we conducted internally, all the outlooks, all the propositions and our projections did rest within that range. And so one was not surprised. And again, the dynamics of this election is totally different. And totally different from elections we've had in the past. We've never had an elections where you had over 70 to 150 policemen at a polling station, meaning that the stakes were high. You've never had elections where you could marathon and keep back and all that being shown even in the open. You've never had elections where, for us as a campaign team in 2023, we didn't embark on multiple strategies where we call it deep dives. That's an internal strategy where we had to use a cyclical, where at every electoral area we had to put people from the center to the region to.
Sammy, we are having some challenges. If you could reposition, I suspect you are still in your constituency. We will reconnect because the interview is not done at all. It's 8:49. We're speaking to Sammy Oku. We are just trying to be sure the line is better. We have a few more questions to ask. He is one of the key advisors to Dr. Bawumia's campaign team, an MP for Ekwapim North. We just basically getting his reaction to some of the issues we've been discussing on the program. Your views are welcome. 053-998-6996. How does Dr. Bawumia unite the MPP, and how does he convince Ghanaians that the MPP deserves a chance in 2028, which is 2 years away? That's the main subject for the discussion today. My colleagues are here with me, Godfred Akotoboafu, Kakra Forsen, and Caleb Kuda. Let me see if I have the connection. Sammy, thanks for your patience. So we have
that's fine.
Yes, we have you back. So your point is that he is focused on the branding of the party, uniting the party, and all of this. I just wanted to pick a point. There seems to be obviously some clamor around some repercussions for how people voted. Are you saying that Dr. Bawumia is not interested in that at all? That he's not interested in saying there must be a reshuffle of, say, the minority leadership or anything like that? Are you saying that on record?
I don't know what you mean by saying
No. What I'm saying is that
he has just been elected flag bearer. Let me be frank.
Okay.
The man has just been elected flag bearer less than 48 hours. And as we speak, personally, since Saturday night that we saw him off from the party headquarters, I'm yet to see him. Myself and my colleagues who work closely with him, we are yet to see him this morning. And so I don't know the other stuff that maybe you discussed, but what I do know is key to him now is how the NPP positions itself in the minds of the Ghanaian people. And that's why I said that the look and feel brand of the NPP is something that he's determined to work on. He's also determined to work on the issue of discipline. He says that a party that is not disciplined cannot win an election. Again, he's also determined to make sure it becomes a party of choice and the home, once again, for the middle class of our people, and also the employers, the captains of industry. And then those at the bottom of the ladder who still find the NPP as a party that normally promotes issues that affect them. Under President Kufuor, you had very great policies of the free maternal care, the school feeding program, the national health insurance. These are pro-poor policies. And then under President Kufuor, you had another ambitious program of the free senior high school and other things. So now he believes that these pro-poor policies, we did implement them when we were in government. What went wrong is about time that we find that disconnect. And for him as a person, the key thing for him now is how to reunite the base of our party, making everybody feel part of his vision and plans towards 2028 and beyond. And those of us around him, it is our duty to make sure that we don't go on a personal level, how we can help the man to succeed in winning the presidency of our country and implementing the bold policies and ideas that he has nurtured all these years.
So let's deal with the issue of unity. He did say in Tree that one broom will break, but a multiple broom works. So clearly he knows that unity is his main preoccupation for the party in terms of reuniting the party. On that, how did you assess the performance of a person like Brian Champong? 18%. Was that part of your projections? You said you were expecting 55, 57, so that's fine. Did you think
internally?
Yes. But did you see him, a third candidate, doing as well as he did?
Well, personally, one thing that we also did note in our own internal projections was that we believe that between Brian and Ken, they were not going to cross 40%. That is based on our own internal projections. And we also felt that the other two aspirants were also going to pull up a bit. But he has great respect for all his colleagues and in the contest. And I honestly think that in politics and elections, nothing should surprise you. We never expected to lose a huge number of seats during 2024 general elections, but it happened. So you take one election at a time. And dissecting into the details, the figures, and I also will tell you that Dr. Baumia, right from the word go, internally we knew we were going to win these elections. But honestly, at the point in time, people saw that it was going to go into a runoff. We wanted to avoid that, I can tell you, for a fact as well. Because we didn't want to complicate matters within the party. We wanted the elected candidate to have an emphatic victory, the moral authority to lead the largest opposition party into the 2028 general election. What we wanted to avoid was a runoff situation where then it becomes very difficult to do the calculations and all.
How do you interpret the 42% that did not vote for him, or even 43% that did not vote for him? Does that weaken his mandate? Does that make it imperative that he's seen working with the 2 or 4 losing candidates more directly?
He's going to work with everybody. And mind you, between him and the closest contender was a 33-point gap. Between him and the one who placed second was 33-point gap. So that is significant in such an election. That notwithstanding, the MPP's problem will not be the big men who contested. It will be those around the big men who were on the ballot. Our commentary, our conduct, our ability to accommodate dissent, and also have in mind the bigger picture of the party winning the 2028 elections. And that is why it's often said that the victor must be magnanimous in victory, and the loser must be gracious in defeat. So let me use also your platform to also make a case that our commentary, for those who supported Dr. Baumia, our commentary should also reflect his views, his persona, and what he stands for. And I mean, also a little teasing, trolling here and there is part of the political game, but it shouldn't degenerate. Let's not overly rub it in for people to feel that then I'm not totally welcome. No, a little teasing here and there is normal. I mean, it adds on to the cocktail of this whole politics. But make sure that the language is decent. Make sure that there's an end game. Let's look at the bigger picture of making the man not just a flag bearer as he's just been elected, but making him president of the republic.
The elections were very peaceful, and everybody is commending the MPP for this. But the concern has been the money matter. We have seen videos of delegates saying that if you don't give me my money, I won't vote. That some of them said their coordinators are sitting on their money. In fact, what
work did they do?
Let me finish the question. Watie Jaku, a former minister, has condemned the growing influence of money in our politics. Speaking to media after the elections, he says, unfortunate that not just in MP but across the entire political spectrum, money is becoming a big factor in elections. And of course, we all saw the videos. So my point to you is, as a campaign team and as a party, what do you have to say about that? Where we have seen videos of people saying, Baumia is supposed to, my 500 from the Baumia camp has not come. My 700 from Brian has not come. We heard that. We saw that all over.
Somebody paid 700?
Well, that's what your people are saying. I'm not. The videos are there, unless you've not seen them.
I haven't seen them.
Oh, I'll forward them to you. There are lots. They are playing all over on social media. Even Ejaku commented on this.
I'm not discounting what you're saying. I'm just saying I haven't seen them. But notwithstanding, I think if what you're saying is true, then the party must also interrogate these matters, because it can undermine the democratic process. People should be able to make their decisions not under the influence of money. But I can also tell you that I'm happy that even with the figures you are mentioning, I haven't seen them, but with the figures you are mentioning, it shows that the one who paid highest was not even the winner. If there's anything to go by, am I right?
Well, according to that particular voice clip. But by the way, did your campaign team give money to delegates?
I haven't been part of any meeting that has that money should be given to delegates. I wasn't part of any of such meetings. But if somebody, ferrying somebody from one point to the other, a decent TNT to support the person or the constituency. I don't think that one is bad. But where it becomes the focus, the fulcrum around which a decision is made, that is where then it becomes very dangerous for democracy.
So did your campaign team give TNT to delegates?
For this particular election?
Yes, did you give them TNT?
And then maybe not from the center that I know, unless people decided to support on their own.
So for your constituency, did you give your delegates TNT to help them?
I hold it as a duty to bring them from the hinterlands, and they will tell you that our member of parliament provided at least some buses for those who are far away from the center. So I supported them to come and vote. And I was clear in my mind. I told them that, look, vote according to your conscience.
So you did you provide them buses, or you give them transportation?
Those that were far away, I supported to provide them with buses. Those that could walk in, they walked in to come and vote. That's all.
And what about those who couldn't get into the bus? Were they sent money to help them come?
No. You have to come in and vote. You don't have to make money a deciding factor before you can come and exercise your franchise. I can only speak to my
but what about after voting? Were they giving money to help them reach their houses?
The buses that, for me, I provided for those who are from far places, like the Mangwasi areas, and where the last time I met you up around the legacy areas, these were far away from Ekropon. At least when I supported them with the bus to Ekropon to come home, and the buses to them. And I didn't wait voting to finish for you to put out towards you, engage them or meet them. You allow the person the free will to make it, and they respect the decision of the person. And that is why they were not under any influence of 566 that want to go with Dr. Baumia. 117 said no, you want to go with Trump. 82 said no, you want to go with the Honorable Kennedy Japan. And then 3 of them said they want to go with Kwabena Japan. 1 of them said I want to go with Dr. Trump. So it reflects the diversity of opinion.
What about food? Were they giving physical food or money for food?
I didn't provide money for food. Money for food I didn't.
But
we were very happy. We were very happy to have the women organizers themselves put together some food packs to support their colleagues. And I think that is not a strong. The women organizers are not contesting.
So if you hear delegates from various constituencies saying that they are 500 from DOC did not reach them, what would you say?
What did they go to do? That you're asking for the 500 or 300 or 800 or 1,000. You have to ask them what work.
But would you investigate and check with your team whether they provided any 500 for people? Since you didn't, people are saying that they were expecting 500 from Baumia. So that 500 they were expecting.
The good news is that once they were expecting and it did not come, meaning that the money was not part of.
Only those who did not get were complaining.
And who are these people? May I have the names as well?
The audios are all over. I'll forward them to you. We don't need. Some even mention their names. In fact, to be fair, there are some of the reports. For example, in the constituency, I'm serious. Tema East, a lady mentioned her name and then said that she didn't have her money. A couple of places they mentioned their names and said their money hadn't reached them yet, but they were hoping they would get it. So this is all over. I'm not even sure.
I think then that must be investigated by the party and the presidential elections committee, so that the people too can have an opportunity to also clear themselves.
So we should investigate the fact that they didn't get the money or that money was allegedly offered.
They should investigate the fact that money was allegedly offered. As for somebody waiting to receive, the person had committed no crime. You are offering. So we have to find out indeed if some of these things did occur. But I'm happy to note that it wasn't the highlight of our just ended presidential primaries. I think everything was peaceful. I think it was fair. I think it was transparent, and that's why nobody is raising a whisker that I was shortchanged and all that.
No, fair. I mean, the peace, wonderful, fairness, of course, it depends on money. Our electoral laws frown on giving people money to vote. And because of the widespread nature of the report, I'm interested in knowing what you think should be done to a candidate who is seen to have given money for people to vote for them or to vote before the election.
So what you're saying is that, first of all, we have to be able to investigate whether Dr. Baumia did approach delegates and give them money personally. whether Dr. Brian Echampo approved these delegates and give them money personally, whether Dr. Yodichum Kobneje Japan and the Honorable Kenneth Japan also approved these delegates directly and give them money. You don't have to just...
No, not directly. Not directly. No, what I'm saying is that what we need to investigate is whether it was done on their behalf and whether they approved of it or knew of it.
Yes. So you have to investigate all that. If indeed what you are saying, you have seen these videos, I haven't seen them. That's for the record, I haven't. And then secondly, you are also making a profound statement that some claim that their 500 or 700 did not come or he came.
Oh, yes.
I haven't seen them. So I want to go by what you're saying. Assuming without admitting that what Bernard Avila is saying is true, it's important that the party interrogates these matters. And then where the party gets to the bottom of the matter, they can stick to it. What we can say from the Bawumia side is that we procured this victory not on the altar of money, not on the altar of anything underhand. We got this victory. In fact, I even told Hansen, the Citi FM reporter and Channel 1 reporter, that this victory was snatching victory from the jaws of tigers, because one person was on the butcher's table and all the four had their guns pointed at him. They had to keep his composure. He had to navigate the storm and come out still unscathed. So it was a hard-fought battle and a well-deserved victory.
211,000 is a big number of people to vote. Some people believe that for good politics, to reduce the influence of money and also to strengthen the party internally, they should increase that number further to all card-carrying members. Is this something you personally believe would help reduce the influence of money in our politics and also deepen democracy?
Or maybe I wouldn't like to speak for or against, but proponents of this idea should give me examples of just 3 political parties in the world where every card-bearing member votes in their internal elections. Just 3. We are not the originators of democracy, so we also learn from best practices. So I want just 3 examples.
To convince you that it's practical.
Yeah, to convince you. Because you see, Bernard, this is politics. If I am your opponent, I just have to throw in many more people to join your party and get a card.
Are you saying that the internal processes for determining membership, because as I talk to you, I'm sure you know very well a lot of the MPP sympathizers in Ekwapim North. You have visited almost every enclave in that constituency. If they have if you set up a process to register MPP members in Ekwapim North, with the executives you have, I doubt it very much that a known NDC person can come and get an MPP card and you will not know. I doubt it very much that there will be people who infiltrate your political party.
Even in my current album, Bernard, in my current album, I can tell you that there are a couple of non-NDC people who were able to find their way into the album.
But you've caught them. Yes. Is that not the
but they are in the album. They have a 4-year mandate. Their mandate ends in March. And it's based on our scrutiny that we later uncovered that these were people of the NDC stock. So if you are going to open your goalposts unprotected and now that every card-bearing member should come and vote in your internal primaries, you know what? They are going to be electing leaders for you to face their beloved party. Personally, that's what I'm saying, that I want solid argument. I don't want emotions. Give me examples of 3 political parties around the world where this has been implemented and is been successful in its execution.
Well, we have also spoken about innovation, right? We are talking about Ghana's democracy being a shining star in Africa. Indeed, we are one of the most functional democracies on the continent. So maybe countries are waiting for us to do it so they learn from us. If our democratic measures are so great, we shouldn't be asking for evidence from elsewhere. We should be saying this is the way to go, so we reduce. Because I mean, for me, of course, we can talk about this all day. I'm not even necessarily pushing that. I'm just saying that many people have suggested that if you want to influence the role of a few delegates to choose a man who could potentially become our president, because indeed, once a person leads NDC or MPP, it's very clear that they are going to.
One thing I've come to understand, Bernard, when it was 2,700 delegates, we said that let's expand it. Because when we expand it, it's going to deal with the issue of money crossing. We expanded it to have almost 200,000 delegates. And then these 200,000 delegates, we still said that there's still influence of money. Let's expand it. We expanded it now to in excess of 211,000. So it should tell you that maybe it's not just expansion, but we need to look at something critically with the foundation and how this whole thing is structured. I do not think that the expansion against towards one man, one vote, maybe I could be convinced tomorrow. I'm not saying that I will never be convinced, but that as I sit here today, I need to be convinced. And of course, when superior arguments are raised, I'll defer to the superior argument. But I just think that let's not take an emotional decision that let everybody vote will be the answer. I haven't seen that as any shining example anywhere.
Well,
Number two,
of course, go ahead.
It has the potency. It has the potency of even adulterating, in fact, diluting your party system. Whether you like it or not, every political party, they won't tell you in the open, but they are their own secrets as well.
Just a final point on that. We have a national ID system that we are continuously improving. That's number one. Number two, there's a system in which you can use, we are not saying everybody holding a card should vote. You could say members in good standing who have paid up their dues, because funding of political parties is a big issue. If, for example, our political parties found a way of saying members in good standing who have maybe used Momo to contribute for maybe a period, right? Because I can have a political party card as a nominal member, but if I've contributed my dues for over, say, a year, and there's a record of that, but what people are saying is that it will even help the parties themselves know better who their database is, who is a dormant member, who is an active member. So it's an idea that can be refined. But the general principle is that if you expand, if you expand the electoral college, you reduce the influence of people hijacking the process by paying money to delegates.
So it's a mass election. First of all, this electoral college was in excess of 211,000 people. And it is the largest electoral college on the continent of Africa. No political party beats the NPP's electoral college. That's up today. And so for me, it is already a functional matter. But maybe what we have to address critically, some of the issues that come out, you keep reforming, you keep improving. But opening the goalposts and telling me that just the person also paying dues are Momo and all, and being good. Dues are no more than 5 cedis or 10 cedis a month. I can have 3 party cards and be paying these dues across the parties. That's not how political parties we are made. We go through the mail to make sure we scrutinize and get people who are even our members. We take them through some tests and trials before they even become your executive at the polling station level. Even with this robust system, you can have your non-party being smuggled into it. You have to be careful with how you are opening this goalpost. Winston Churchill put it rightly. Said I've heard many arguments against democracy. Some say it is bad, some say it is this and that, but nobody has been able to convince me of an alternative. So in the absence of anything good, the West is accepted to be the best.
Wonderful. Let's end with, I'm going to quote 2 paragraphs from an article Franklin Kujo shared on a platform I'm on about the choices MPP faces, and this is in relation to what the MPP needs to do for Ghana.
Which platform is that? Is it a government platform?
No. This is a tax justice platform. So these are people who are tax and finance people. So the article was actually written by a guy called K. Kujo. Then he says, primaries are seductive. They make parties feel powerful. They compress complex national moods into internal applause. But nations do not vote like delegates. Nations vote with memory, emotion, and lived experience. It says, MPP will choose a leader tomorrow. He wrote this the day before the voting. Then he said, the day after, it must choose a posture. Then he asked a question, will it treat 2024 as an accident or a verdict? Will it defend everything or finally draw lines? Will it reward loyalty or restore credibility? Will it shout louder or speak more truthfully? Then he says, the ballot on Saturday will answer one question. The country is waiting for another. That's how he concludes the article. what are your thoughts on that? The fact that, yes, MPP's unity is a key point, but how the party positions to Ghanaians and how it interprets the 2024 outcome is going to be a long way to determine how people see the party as a general public. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, he has shared his opinion. One thing that I took from what he wrote is whether the party reward loyalty or credibility. The party rewarded both. Rewarded Dr. Bawumia for his credibility, rewarded Dr. Bawumia for his loyalty to the party. And that's what I took from his article.
He's talking about credibility to the people of Ghana, not within the MPP, in terms of how the party presents itself to the Ghanaian public, irrespective of who wins. So
over 211,000 people did go to the polls. And I'm not sure you're suggesting that the gentleman Kikujo is the wisest if placed in between these 211,000 people. In elections, people make decisions, and the majority decides on what they believe is the best path to choose. The majority believe that Dr. Bawumia at this point in time possesses the huge credibility, the loyalty to party and nation. And his former boss, Another Banco Akufo-Addo, also underscored that his loyalty to party and nation is unquestionable. And again, Dr. Bawumia as well for his ideas that has transformed our nation's digital system and his contributions to our governance processes is something that we cannot sweep under the carpet.
It's a lot of time and a lot of interviews coming. So we thank you for your time and congratulate you and also
thank
your
you so
team
much
for winning.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Sami Oku is a senior advisor to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and he is also the MP for Ekwapim North. And he was talking to us on a wide range of issues. We'll be right back with more. Stay with us.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
When you hit the road, anything can happen. Drive with motor insurance that's fast, reliable, and always there when it matters. Whether it is comprehensive motor insurance, third-party fire and theft, or third-party only, Provident Insurance will sort you out. Insure or renew from January to March and enjoy fuel coupons and exclusive branded souvenirs. Terms and conditions apply. Drive confident, drive protected. Visit any Provident Insurance branch nationwide, our agency outlets, or licensed brokers. You can also call 050-937-4928 for inquiries or visit providencegh.com for more information. Remember, Ghana card is required for individuals and TIN number for corporate clients and for all motor insurance transactions in line with NIC directives.
With Provident, man, you're covered.
Hey! Menasini Ella! The thrill is back! The hunt for the ultimate treasure returns with Camel Antiseptic Liquid. Buy any bottle, scratch the panel, and text the code to 1393. Buy more, find all 5 Camel letters, and be the winner of the 100,000 Ghana Cedis grand prize, plus amazing rewards from airtime, weekly cash, and monthly shopping sprees. So, keep playing and keep winning because Aseti Ankasa. Promo ends 15th February 2026. Terms and conditions apply. Keep out of reach of children. This promo is run in collaboration with the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. This advert is FDA approved.
Looking to study at a trusted university with strong values-based education? Welcome to Heritage Christian University, located in Accra and fully accredited by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. At Heritage Christian University, we offer more than a degree. You will learn from experienced scholar practitioners, gain professional certifications, and enjoy en-suite hostel facilities in a safe, secure campus. We offer affordable programs in nursing, midwifery, computer science, multimedia, IT, communication, psychology, theology, and business administration. Enjoy hands-on learning, professional certifications, and top-up options for WAS, HND, and diploma holders. Mature students over 25 are also welcome. Admissions are open for January, March, and September. Get started today. Apply online at www.hcu.edu.gh. For enquiries, WhatsApp us on +233 547 777 731 or +233 202 298 399.
When the lights go off, when water won't flow, when rent goes up and wages don't, someone must ask the hard questions. Someone must speak for the people who don't have microphones. That voice is the City Breakfast Show, holding power accountable, championing national development, reflecting the true state of Ghana. Weekday mornings on 97.3 Citi FM, the City Breakfast Show, your voice, your country. The City Breakfast Show on 97.3 Citi FM.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
It's 19 minutes past 9. Later on, we'll be speaking to officials of the Minerals Commission on the Local Content Summit. That's coming up in the next few weeks. But if you are looking for motor insurance that goes the extra mile, Hollard Insurance has something special for you in 2026. Insure your car with Hollard and enjoy extra rewards. New customers get to drive away with free fuel vouchers when they sign up. Plus 24/7 free roadside assistance for everyone, so you're never stuck on the road. Call 0800 444 999 or visit Hollard or speak to your broker today. Men's Lucky Hollard Insurance, we've got you covered.
And if you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, kindly discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. We have Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, and Piva Tangy. So grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us 0550-032-231. Piva beverages, a taste you will love. And when the world travels for greatness, one name leads the way. Litina Travels. Litina Travels is taking Team Ghana to the biggest global football event happening in America, Canada, and Mexico. Join the Litina 2-in-1 experience, uniting the world-class football and global business in one unforgettable journey. Everything that has to do with your safe travels, insurance, return, charter flights, hotel accommodation, exclusive access to business networking events, all of that is sorted. So call 0205-229-553 or 050-667-6957. Litina is at Alisa Hotel Northridge. Yeah, so secure your spot today. Litina Travels is your gateway to 2026 global football competition. And Central University is inviting prospective applicants to apply for admissions to the 2025-2026 academic year at Central University. We believe aligning you with what we do is at the heart of our academic journey, one that goes beyond the classroom. So we're currently admitting students for the following programs. We have IT and engineering, architecture, design and planning, business, economics, communication, pharmacy, nursing, public health, law, psychology and social work, and the diploma programs are also available. We have PhD programs in finance. We have MBA, MPhil, MSc and MA programs. So if you're a WASI applicant, you're invited to try our program eligibility checker on our website. No matter where your dreams are headed, Central University is where they begin. Central University, raising virtuous and transformational leaders for our world.
Caleb, read a few of the comments for me. We'll be talking to Samir Uku about some of the points I was trying to raise with Godfred. We got what we could. Here are some of the comments.
It's the cocoa season for the delegates. Once the leader gets into government, they are not remembered. That's the perception. This matter goes beyond politics. It transcends the church and other social groups. It's a character. Hello, Bernard. Ni Ado Amamfro says, I think the MPs who were not on Baumia's side should not feel threatened in any way. In fact, they rather should be proud of themselves that they follow their conviction. For me, that is democracy. Samir Uku is not being truthful about paying for the votes. None of the candidates will approach people directly to pay them. It will be through their reps. So he shouldn't, trying to be evasive and clear in his tone, asking Bernard for names and of people who didn't get their shared funds. Was he asking for an impossibility? Okay, David from Hacho Sendos.
There's an interesting one. Bernard, somebody's actually making a claim. My money was given to delegates from the top 3 candidates. I'm a delegate in Adenta. And I can confirm DMB 500, Ken 500, Brian 700. I got from DMB, but the rest I didn't get because they refused to give me because they say I'm a known DMB. This is somebody who sent a WhatsApp to us.
So the trick is to operate in incognito.
Well, it's a difficult situation. The thing in Ghana is that we all know the law and we violate it and we don't do anything about it, whether it's the EC or the OSP or whoever. Clearly, this is a known practice where people are given money either to help with transportation or food or whatever. And of course, he says he did not give any money and he will be happy for an investigation to be done. Well, the interview was pretty long, so we didn't get into. His answer around the last question was quite interesting, where we're saying that, look, you've chosen a candidate, but you have a lot of work to do convincing Ghanaians as well.
Yeah.
Of course, he's a politician. He says 200,000 people have gone to choose. So the fact that somebody thinks that there's another question MPP needs to answer, he's not even sure he wants to go there yet. Of course, this is just day 2 after the victory. So maybe they want to relax and enjoy it.
Oh, of course, and they need to enjoy it. But like I was saying, he needs to. What people will be watching is how he's able to take the party, and now we can say, is this Baumia's party? Because although, on Friday when we did this, I spoke about the gap will matter. And although the percentages were not what we are used to in the MPP, or 80% or 70%, the gap matters if you look at the actual numbers, the real numbers. Gave him the kind of win where he can outrightly say, look, I have the mandate of the party.
Of course.
And so now it is my turn. He needs to navigate quite the murky internal path, that notwithstanding. There are internal party elections that are ahead for party executives. We will also see how that goes. But I think for me, just navigating that path and holding firm the leadership that he has now in the party will be his most important task. The matter of what to do with Brian or what to do with Ken, I think, will deal with itself if he is able to control the party properly. If he brings the party to heel, they will come to heel. You understand? And so I think for me, the next year or two before he gets into actual election mode is cementing his grip on the party. For me, that is the most important thing in terms of,
which means that things like the elections from the grassroots upwards, he'll be interested.
He'll be very interested in
the kind of people who lead
people who lead the party, because those are the people he has to function with. In terms of the MPs,
so it doesn't even solve the problem for those who think that the people, the early primaries was to preserve some people in office.
Not necessarily.
There's no guarantee that there are no those guys will stay.
Exactly, there are no guarantees.
There's no guarantee.
And I was saying also, the so-called renegade MPs or who, and I don't think there's going to be a matter of chase them away or whatnot. So look, when it comes to a national election, you need numbers. Some of these MPs are not your regular MPs. Some of these MPs are MPs who hold sway. You touch them, it will affect you in ways that you don't want it to affect you.
And it may also deepen the perception of
the schism
division
that you have. So you maintain focus on the big prize. What is the big prize? To win ultimate power for the party. And so I think his path is pretty clear-cut for him. On the matter of the payments, I don't want to sound offensive, but if we improve the percentages that you read last week on the demography of people who vote, these things will drop.
Yes, maybe.
That is how I see it. If we're able to reverse that demography properly, this will drop. Until then,
SHS,
yes. But I also think that we sometimes must not credit the money too much. They just want the money because it's their time.
It may not necessarily.
It does not influence what they are going to do, whether they get the money or not. They will cast a vote. I think people just say it for the sake of saying it, that if you don't pay me, I won't vote. And the vote is very important for them.
And they've come to expect
payments. Yes, but it doesn't impact who they are going to vote for.
But if you don't give them money, you will lose. So because we spoke to Kwabena Ejipong, I think Hansen or somebody interviewed, and he says, look, he doesn't give money. Except he says, if I come to your constituency to campaign, we may facilitate some things. But on today, like the day they were voting, he says he doesn't have any money to send to anybody. And you can tell that, of course, money has two roles. It even helps your movement as a candidate.
It does.
So we are not necessarily saying that money gives you an advantage in your campaign.
Yeah.
But we don't know whether if you do not give a delegate money after voting or to facilitate his movement, he will punish you. You get it? Because if 3 people are supposedly given, it may not determine who the eventual winner is, because the highest bidder may not win. But the person who doesn't give any money will definitely not get anything.
We're not
so in a sense, they value the vote, but they hold that vote also as a weapon to say into one share and so one share is like
bargaining.
Yeah,
but the person who's going to lose knows he's going to lose and will not spend money. Yeah. Let's I don't again I'm choosing my words carefully. So let's take engineer for instance. Legitimately, he was within his rights to not spend any money. Why would I spend money on an endeavor where I know my chance, no matter the public speak, he would have done his numbers and known that his chances were not that great. He had his own reasons for contesting the election. Okay, so how much were you going to pay to make a difference? You understand? So I think that those who are going to vote, their minds are made up. Yeah, you can incentivize them to a certain point, but those who are going to vote for Bawumia are not going to be swayed by the fact that you're giving them 15,000. The votes are that crucial to them.
Yeah, but what I find interesting is with the politicians themselves. You see, in the build-up to the elections, they will spend. They will do all that they do. We will see that the delegates will speak, and sometimes you interact with the people and you get to know. But when you are interacting with them online, then they are feigning ignorance, or sometimes it is after they've lost or when they are now in power and the demands are continuing, then they start complaining that the media and civil society must raise conversations about the demands of the electorate and why we are getting tired. And some will say we are frustrated, we're not going back to parliament. When you were paying, we were asking you questions, you say you don't know anything about it.
They do get you are right. It's almost like double standards when they are
exactly
when they are campaigning. They don't see anything wrong with the money issue, but when they get into the position and people are giving them too much pressure,
then it's the other thing I like to say is that there's a lot of cause for Dr. Bawumia to rally everyone around. That's true, but he also needs to be very firm. Rallying people around doesn't mean if there's a character that's destructive, you are by all means going to spend energy to call to their attention. It won't be worth it. There are some characters, you see, if you monitor the campaign, some people didn't just go for we are campaigning, we choose this person on this. They come to attack you and break you. I don't think you should waste energy to try and rally all those. Those people will be close to you and they'll be working against you.
That may be forced unity.
Exactly,
so
because
they should go unity that's real.
At the end of the day, some of the people I know who said they were not campaigning for Dr. Bawumia said he's not firm. And that's the one reason they feel that they were not going for him.
But the point is, in politics, you need to know that you need different people to support a team to work.
Which is true.
So I understand the issue of if somebody is destructive, there's no point. But there's a difference in being destructive. But some people are also useful.
Very true.
I don't know. That's the decision to make.
If they come around and play ball,
that's the decision you need to know at what point to unleash and at what point to control. True. So again, it depends on him. And also, I am very interested in seeing how he's able to take this from being Akufo-Addo's NPP to Bawumia's NPP. That's the
challenge.
And it's not an easy task. At all. It's a tall order for him.
That's the challenge.
The next 2 years will be pretty interesting.
We'll see how it goes. 9:32. We're going into a big conversation now. The Minerals Commission is pushing a local content summit. It's on the theme strengthening local content and indigenization, building a resilient mining sector in Ghana. So this morning, we'll be speaking to the CEO of the Minerals Commission, Madam Victoria Awuni, who's the Deputy CEO of the Minerals Commission, and Ben Berch-Mensah. Ben Berch-Mensah is Director of Local Content and Participation at the Minerals Commission. So this local content summit, what is it, right? Why should we be talking about local content? The whole thing is for us. Why are we been looking at local content? All right. But it's become a big thing in Ghana, particularly when it comes to the extractives. We always discuss local content, where we're talking about giving more foothold, giving more space to Ghanaian entities along the value chain, whether from the supply of goods, transportation, and then the services around mining. It's always a big discussion. It's also big in the oil sector as well. So this local content summit, when is it happening? Why is it happening? Who should be there? Why is it important for us to be discussing this? So let's welcome our guest, Madam Awuni. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you too?
It's a good Monday morning. We thank God. Mr. Ben Berch-Mensah is a Director of Local Content and Participation at the Commission. Mr. Mensah, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Wonderful. It's a great Monday morning. How is the commission, Minerals Commission? Are you even in the news? What's happening there?
We are, doing what we do best. We are trying to regulate the mining sector.
Wonderful.
Make sure everything goes.
You've been there for a year now, right?
Yes, I was appointed in January last year.
How has it gone so far?
So far it's been good.
So far so good.
Yes,
I see.
Been good.
So what's your mandate, by the way, as a commission generally, and specifically in relation to local content? What's the Mineral Commission's mandate?
The mandate of the Minerals Commission generally is to regulate the mining sector, make sure that, we have laws governing the mining sector. And so every company that is involved in mining, goes by what the laws say. If everything is done that way, then we know our job is done. So the Minerals Commission is the main regulator of the mining space in Ghana.
But in terms of local content,
our main mandate is to ensure mining activities benefit Ghanaians through the promotion of local employment, skills development, and the participation of local businesses in the supply of goods and services in the mining industry. So we just have to make sure that the local content framework is working for Ghanaians. And this our framework is backed by the Minerals and Mining Act. That's the legal backing. And then we also have the Minerals and Mining Local Content and Local Participation Regulations 2020. That's the LI 2431.
So you mentioned employment, you mentioned skills
development.
You mentioned supply.
Supply of goods and services.
And participation of local companies. Let me push Mr. Birchmensa a bit. I've heard people say, Ghana, how can you even say you're doing local content? Because you are the whole idea of local content sounds funny to some people because you are a country that has your resources.
Absolutely.
So why should you even be talking about local content? It should be foreigners who be thinking about their content. Is it because of the history of the extractive sector? And why is local content an important part of what we should discuss?
Thank you very much, and a good morning to your distinguished listeners. Local content has become a subject matter for us to discuss because of history. Historically, mining has been introduced to us by foreigners. We did it in the past, but over the years, in terms of using technology to do mining, it's been foreign-led.
Particularly large-scale mining.
And so the allied services also in the mining area, you're talking about mine support services, most of them are sort of led by foreigners. Now, the essence of the local content look at two broad areas. We're looking at how you employ the people, and there's a regulation that ensures that Ghanaians are employed and absorbed into the mining space, and that it goes further to even ensure that certain jobs are capped and reserved for Ghanaians. And then in the procurement side, it also ensure that certain listed items, Ghanaians are participated in it. Let me give you this example. When it comes to surface mining, we have even strengthened the law to the point that it has to be 100% Ghanaians.
Okay.
And some of them, like underground, that requires a lot more technology, will do a split between Ghanaian and the foreign players. The whole essence of giving so much emphasis on the local content is we want Ghanaians to shape our future so that we'll take ownership in a lot of space.
All right. So I'm coming back to Deputy CEO. There have been different industry gatherings, right? So this 2026 Local Content Summit, what makes it different from previous industry meetings?
So the Local Content Summit this year, we've looked at local content in the mining sector has been there for a while now. The main aim of this summit, spearheaded by our minister anyway, is to ensure that we look at the loopholes that have been, in the framework, and then try to see how we are going to help fill that up and make it very, profitable for Ghanaians. By so doing, we are going to look at, the summit is going to have a lot of areas to look at. For example, we are going to look at the area of financing. We are going to look at, because those are some of the challenges that face the local companies. Some of them are not able to,
raise
get
the amount of money
financing that they need to be able to partake in some of these jobs. We are going to also have a look at areas such as technology transfer, and then, even access to the right professionals to work in the space. We all know that mining is an area where you need a lot of expertise. So by local content, the local content summit, what we are trying to do actually is to look at the challenges. The challenges identified so far have been access to financing, lack of technology, and those things. So we are trying to bring together all the players in those areas and then try to see how we match them. At the end of the day, we are going to bring out a few policies to guide these relationships, so that at the end of the day, Ghanaian companies will also be able to partake in these areas.
Mr. Mesa, talk to me about the core values and the regulatory principles that guide local participation in the mining sector. You did hint some of that, but I want you to elaborate a bit more.
Okay. So basically, the number one core value it's to ensure Ghanaians get the maximum benefit possible in the entire value chain of the mining industry. There's also the need for us as a country to ensure there's compliance. The mining sector, everybody's complying with all the regulations that we've put in place. We ensure that there's ethical, guidelines in the entire, even supply chain area. There are areas that our local content regulations front on. For example, we are very much aware that sometimes care is not taken. People will do all sort of rigging and cartelization in the procurement process. And so part of the core values is to ensure everyone, is held accountable. Everyone is held responsible with respect to all these processes and how would we play in the entire value chain of the mining industry.
So who should be at this summit? We are told it's on the 18th and the 19th, right? Who should be at the summit? What type of industry players are you looking at? And what opportunities are there for non-mining firms, like those who are into finance and tech and all those guys? Or is it just a mining association that's coming?
Okay, so the summit is open to, if you ask me, I'll say it's open to every Ghanaian. But for everybody who is engaged in the mining space, you are invited.
Okay.
First of all, it's even free, right?
Okay.
You are not paying to attend. But we want anybody who is engaged in any part of the value chain to be available, because we are going to discuss issues of how we are going to help companies that have the will but do not have the financial muscle and all that. We are going to discuss their issues. We are going to discuss everything from the beginning to the end. For us, local content, we look at it very broadly. At the end of the day, we are looking at even Ghanaian ownership of mines themselves. And we recently had a Ghanaian owning a mine. That has been a very big thing for us. We are looking at encouraging and helping Ghanaian companies to partake more in the mining sector. And so anybody who is interested in mining has to be at the local content summit. We are also going to have, programs such as, or meetings such as, B2B meetings for companies and then maybe banks. You asked whether we will be interested in mining companies joining us. Of course, if you are into finance, and then, we will want you to be there to also look at how you can help us in the mining space. There are companies that get jobs, do not have money to, what are some of the facilities that you can give them, and those kinds of issues. So everybody actually is invited.
Where is this event taking place? You said it's free to participate, but I'm sure as a company you have to register, right? Oh.
Yes, so basically you have to register, and so it's open to everyone, but of course there's a target market.
Okay.
People that are already playing in the mining space who have their database, so we've written to all of them. the mining companies who've written to all of them. And we are also doing ad on radio and TV and online for people who are interested to participate. We are going to expect not less than 600 people to participate in this event. It's going to be held in Takrady.
Okay.
There's a hotel called Palms by Eagle, Planters Lodge.
Okay.
That's where it's going to be held.
So if you want to register, is there a number to call? Is there a website to go to, or just?
There's a link on our website that you can easily go there and then populate your details and be part of it. It's free.
Today is 2nd. The event is on 18th. So we have maybe
16 days.
16 days. Is there a deadline for registration?
We expect, for planning purposes, of course, we need to inform the hotel, the organizers, that this is the number of people that we should expect. Currently, as I speak, we have close to 500 people already registered.
Already.
And so by certain deadline, by certain, let's say by the 10th of this month, we will know anybody who has not registered may not be considered to partake.
I'll take your
planning purposes.
Wonderful. I'll take your final message, Deputy CEO, and also when you come back to talk about what else you do, because today we are talking about local content, but the Minerals Commission has a lot of work to do in the sector. So, but what's your final message to listeners around this conference and why it's so important?
Our final message to the general public or to players in the mining sector is that this is an opportunity. I mean, I know other sectors have been doing it. The chamber has had a few of those, and then also the oil and gas sector, they do it a lot. For us, this is our maiden summit, and so we are inviting everybody who is taking part in the mining sector to avail themselves, because there will be a lot of opportunities for us all. For us as regulators, we want to see mining companies and those involved in mining thrive, and so for us that is our main aim. So we want to get you there and then help you to achieve what you are supposed to. That is the simple message we have to.
All roads leads to Palms by Eagles in the Takrady Enclave, 18th and 19th February. Local content is on the agenda. Strengthen local content and indigenization, building a resilient mining sector. I've been speaking to the Deputy CEO of the Minerals Commission, Madam Victoria Awuni, and Mr. Ben Birch-Mensah, Director of Local Content and Participation at the Minerals Commission. Event under the auspices of the Minister, Ama Kofibua. Thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you.
All right.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
When Ghana wakes, questions wake with her. Jobs, roads, power, water, policies that touch real lives. From the market woman to the boardroom, from the street to the state house. This is where the nation speaks. This is where leaders are held to account. The Citi Breakfast Show, the biggest morning show in Ghana. National conversations, real impact. The Citi Breakfast Show on 97.3 Citi FM.
My friends, I'm a very happy man. Let me share my testimony. I needed a home at a prime location, but I didn't have enough money. The little I had was too small to buy even a studio apartment, but a friend of mine introduced me to invest to own from Priority View Homes. I invested the little money I had for only 2 years. True to their word, at the maturity date, I qualified for a 2-bedroom luxury apartment at a prime location in Accra. Now look at me, living in my own home without the usual hassle. If you want a stress-free home to live in, I would advise you to sign up to their invest-to-own policy and say cheers to a new home. You may call Priority View Homes Limited on 055-588-2294, 055-588-2294, and you will never regret you did. Priority View Homes. There's no place like home.
Looking Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Electroland ya chedi hodro so kwaba wo de be chewa do for Valentine you. Yeah ma wo discounts a won TV da. Any a chedi so kwa every top brands nina. Wopet mini wadofo 8 year odonyomo every Samsung, TCL and Nasco home theaters numu. Na masia hwesene ewo ye LED smart TV ne so. Mu ya masa de top air conditioners na jojomo ho. Wopet mi so de bedside fridge no actually with champagne. Na masa de 4 to 6 grill ni oven gas cooker no. Ani odediane. To ye top of front load washing machines no that fast shock wadofo dom. Ko ye showroom anako www.electrolandgh.com. Friend was 050-315-9739. Electroland Ghana Limited. Yeah, bakwa e won name nyama e fe na ne bo dafem.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.1.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Obi this year, the band will be better me. Between them, if you have a do will be maso. We be tia now, so said that she be a bomb. I can't any baby net to take my come out. In such a room or come here and I'm a fan.
9:53 on the City Breakfast Show. Now, we've received hundreds of nominations for the Channel 1 Community Legends from communities across the country, and the search for the most deserving and heartwarming stories are underway. Every entry is being carefully reviewed as we identify stories that truly inspire and create impact. Get ready for the exciting reveal and the grand celebration of the 10 Channel 1 Community Legends. It's going to happen here on Channel 1 television. What a morning. Caleb.
Yeah, man, so much has happened today. And the weekend was particularly very interesting, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Myself and my colleagues were writing exams, but we're keeping our eye also on what was going on. So we're trying to do both at the same time, and the outcome was quite interesting. It got a lot of people talking. You know, in the build up to it, a lot of people, a lot of my contemporaries I know were throwing their weight behind Kennedy Japan and campaigning for him very massively. On social media, a lot of people threw their hearts in and went all out. But if you really paid attention to some of the credible polls we've seen over the period, it was quite clear at some point who was going to win, and then the conversation then shifted to, okay, so let's look at the margins in terms of who will have a more commanding lead to cement his role within the party. And then, of course, the role that posters and prophetic stuff played in the whole election. It calls for deeper, introspection and scrutiny of some of the things we hear thrown out in the media as God speaking, and also puts a responsibility on people who convey voices they attribute to God to be more circumspect in how they communicate some of the things, because it gets to a point where people almost arrogate powers to themselves and play God in human situations. And sometimes, even if that were the case, people could work so hard to overturn it just to make you look bad. I mean, I'm saying that, you see, if you have the gifts of prophecy and all, you also have a responsibility to communicate things in a manner that's not playing God, So it was a test both for politics and faith. And
it was great. And and the truth is that we covered it. We saw the vibrancy of the voting, and it went peacefully. But the issue of money always comes in, and people we have to deal with it as a country. We definitely have to deal with it as a country, Caleb. Lots of community issues have been pushed to the back burner for now. But we'll come back to them. I think last week you shared a few complaints people have sent about things happening around them. We are reiterating our support for all the AMA wants to do, which is the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, to get the city functional. And I don't think people should use politics or something to try and stop him to say, people will vote against. The right thing must be done. The right thing must be done. So AMA, just do it within the confines of legality. So don't just be beating people or anything like that. But you definitely have to enforce the law. And the law you must enforce.
I've seen some of the local government authorities do some really tough things, and with the support of the Greater Accra Regional Minister, you can tell that they have real support from the government itself, which is good. If you watch
I kind of like Linda. Because for once she's everywhere. Which is interesting. So when I mean she's everywhere, she's actually everywhere.
Underground.
You're right. And then when you hear her talk, she's very determined to work.
She is.
A lot of people were skeptical when she was appointed because they said she wasn't vetted properly. But I think, I mean, let's be honest. She gave an order 2 days ago that all street lights on the UPSA...
They are functioning.
Stretch, on the Gimpa stretch should be... The woman is serious.
No, and the lights are functioning. And I like that.
No, I think she's serious. And, sometimes when you underestimate a person, it helps the person perform.
Actually.
A lot of people wrote and said, but how come they didn't vet her? She just came through. But Charlie, if all ministers will approach their job the way she started,
that's true.
I think that we will go very far.
Let me say, though, that the Ayawaso West Wagon, I have seen, I commute through that constituency to this constituency. I've seen their lights work, and I've seen most of the potholes on the stretch I drive on patched. I think they've left Gan East behind. So Gan East Municipal Assembly, we are lagging behind Ayawaso West Wogon. So we have to catch up.
We don't know whether the potholes though were done
National
by the assembly.
Okay.
Because don't forget that Ayawaso West Wogon is closer to town.
That's correct.
Than Gan East.
That's true.
So maybe some of that is
perhaps
the benefit of being closer to universities.
Yeah,
West Wogon has Gimpa.
That's true.
It has Legon,
UPSA somewhere.
So maybe that's part of it. But I appreciate the point you are making. Yeah. I feel like assemblies need to take more responsibility for things like street lights, things like
traffic light, potholes, drains, choke drains, and all of that.
But for now, I think the regional minister for this region is doing well. And we need to encourage her to keep doing it. I mean,
and the mayor of Accra too.
He started, the mayor of Accra started. Yes. The media must not just call out those who do wrong, but also commend those who do right.
Absolutely.
So we are hoping that the people who destroy when politicians want to do good work, who start choking, they shouldn't go and do those things.
And Gary too says they have a lot up their shoulders. So Gary, yes. So
the Greater Accra
resilience, integrated resilience, something.
Yeah, you need to follow up on Gary for me. Whether the drains are being done.
I'll update you.
Yeah, because those storm drains. Luckily, we haven't had a lot of rains.
Yes.
If we can finish those storm drains before the rainy season comes,
the flooding will be.
Yeah, and I hope the finance ministry and whoever has money will not starve Gary of money.
Yeah.
So they build those storm drains.
Most of those projects are World Bank funded anyway, so we'll see.
No, but I think they are counterpart funding that sometimes delays.
GOG.
So we want those projects to finish now that the rains haven't set in yet, so that in May will not have floods. But thank you, Caleb. Earlier we had Francis Kakaka Forsen and Godfred Akotobuafu in studio. Time for City News at 10 with Shiba Beni. Shiba, thanks. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Coming up in the bulletin, government